Texiera breaks one tackle, still on his feet to the 20, 25, 30. Texiera tiptoeing down the sideline. Dylan Texiera to the 40.
On the Toad Streaming Network, Horn Toad Football is on the air.
More Haas with the carry, finds a hole, 10 to the 5. He's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Coalinga High School.
Kickoff is right around the corner. Now with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Toads, Brian Welch.
It's a chilly Friday evening near the banks of the San Joaquin River. We are in Firebaugh. It's the West Sierra League opener between Firebaugh and your Coalinga Horned Toads. Hi everybody, I'm Brian Welch of the Toad Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Friday evening wherever you may be tuning in. Coach Dave Bonilla will be with us in a little bit. Coalinga 3-2 overall in this 2025 season. Last time out, the Horned Toads falling to Washington Union 28-6 last time out, and the friendly confines of Chuck Garton Memorial Bowl. The Horned Toads offense looked stellar in the opening drive in the first quarter. Horned Toads offense marching down the field, having a drive that lasted over 6 minutes. Horned Toads ran it in for 6 courtesy of Tyson Alvarado, a 9-yard touchdown run. The PAT was no good, and that was the only offense from the Horned Toads that night. The Horned Toads right now trying to find their offensive performance tonight against Firebaugh High School. The Horned Toads defense had a lot of fun last week taking on Washington Union, but you hear from the coaches, you hear about how it's a matter of plays that can determine a win and a loss, and Washington Union had the more plays last week. It was a 28-6 win. Horned Toads went for it on fourth down. They turned the ball over not once but 3 times, but also they had 2 turnovers. Grayson Ray had 2 picks to his name on Friday night, and the Horned Toads will try to tidy that up on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. The Horned Toads getting ready to take on Firebaugh High School, the opener for West Sierra League action. Horned Toads last year the kings of the West Sierra League. Horned Toads looking to defend their crown on this Friday evening in Firebaugh, California. It's a beautiful evening for football on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. It's a very breezy evening in Firebaugh. We're in the crow's nest of Firebaugh High School. Great vantage point to the east and a beautiful sunset off to the west. It's a perfect evening for football, the first Friday night in the month of October. And this is a Horned Toad squad looking to get themselves back in the win column after falling to Washington Union. And you hear from coaches talking about how teams, this is the real part of the season. Non-league is already in the books. Now, this is where the real season begins, and the Horned Toads taking on Firebaugh. They're also 3-2 overall in this 2025 campaign, but the big thing is Firebaugh has had 2 weeks to prepare for this matchup. Last time out, Firebaugh took down Del Oro High out of Bakersfield at 21-14, and the Eagles and the Horned Toads do have that one common opponent. That is correct. It was Carruthers High School. Remember that season opening victory at Anderson Field in Carruthers. The Horned Toads got the job done at 13-7 against Carruthers, but Firebaugh got the job done against Carruthers. They beat them by 7. So this is a very interesting matchup. 2 teams that have a lot of offense. Firebaugh led by their quarterback, Leonardo Perez, and their offense is Ryan Luna, good running back for Firebaugh High School. Watch out for them as the Horned Toads in their white jerseys, black helmets, white pants, walk out to the field right now, getting you ready for kickoff. The Eagle inflatable is out and about on the south end side of the stadium at Firebaugh High School. We're about ready to get you ready for kickoff. 17 minutes before kickoff for the West Sierra League opener. And it's going to be a good one tonight on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. I'd like to welcome you to the Horned Toad pregame show where I was able to sit down with Nicholas Yamas. He's our Horned Toad of the week. Get to hear why he is called Boo Yamas. That's his nickname with his family. And also get to hear about what type of wrestling techniques he uses on the football field. Get to hear about that as well. He's our Horned Toad of the week. Plus, get to hear from head coach James Watson for a one-on-one conversation here in Firebaugh. It's a perfect evening for football on the west side near the banks of the San Joaquin River. Current temperatures in Firebaugh at the moment. As the phone loads up, it's a balmy 66 degrees, clear skies overhead. The moon is out and about, and the Stars and Stripes blowing out to the east. It's a perfect evening to kick off West Sierra League action. It's Coalinga taking on Firebaugh. Coming up right after this. Those 2 conversations with head coach James Watson and Nicholas Yamas are coming up right after the break. Stay tuned. It's Horned Toad Football taking on Firebaugh. More after this from Firebaugh, Horned Toad Football on the Toad Streaming Network.
3rd and 12 from the 17. Williams pressure, going to try to get away. Grayson Rain trying to chase him down, floats it up. It's picked off by Nicholas Yamas. Yamas going the other way, and he gets himself to the 25, and the Horned Toads needed turnover, and they get the turnover courtesy of Nicholas Yamas, his first pick of 2025.
Welcome back to the Horned Toads pregame show. This is our Horned Toad of the week. Get to hear from the senior Nicholas Yamas. Nicholas, how are you?
Pretty good this week.
That's good to hear, my friend. I hope you're having a good week. Hey, what a great interception you had on Friday night. Take me through that play.
I haven't had an interception on varsity yet, so it was pretty cool. I dropped one earlier in the season against Sierra Pacific, so finally got my interception, and cool. It sucks that we lost, but hey, still got it in the last couple minutes.
So did you say thank you to Grayson Redding for forcing the quarterback out of the pocket for that?
Oh, yes. We were talking about it. He said he got his hand in there, and I was like, thank you. I was like, I needed one, and it was a team effort. They could count 2 picks, and he gets one, I get one, 50-50 on that pick.
Well, that's good to hear, my friend. I know that you're a senior. And what's it been like being a senior leader on this team in 2025?
It's been fun. Kind of sad that it's going to come to an end this year, and just trying to enjoy it while I can.
So we've played some crazy games in this 2025 season, a lot of different games. You have any game that has stood out to you this season?
I think our last game, against Union, that was one of our better games. Even though we lost, we still put up a good fight. I think we did good. Just some little tiny errors that cost us to lead the game. But I think if we play like that, just with less errors, then we'll be finishing the season with 8-2 and hopefully get a home playoff game.
There's a lot of talk about this team being on the West side, a team that is trying to defend their West Year League title. What's that message to your guys in the huddle, and especially in the locker room, about being the defending West Year League champions?
Right now, we have a motto right now, believe no fear. It's kind of sticking with everybody and just kind of going with that, and we're defending, so we can't let anybody mess with us right now.
And you were talking about that your career and your time as a senior on this football team is going to come to an end at the end of October. But what is the next chapter for Mr. Nicholas Yamas?
I'm going to wrestle. I've been a 4-year wrestler for Coalinga High School, or 3-year, going on to 4. Hopefully another Valley champion. Hopefully I can make a run after state after that.
So do you have any techniques you use while you wrestle when you're on the football field?
Oh, yeah. Double leg. It's like a tackle. Like, tackle is basically a double leg and vice versa. So that's like the easiest one. Some arm movements and stuff like that.
So you're kind of like Josh Hokett, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we were talking about this before we hit the record button. We were talking with our Horned Toad of the Week, Nicholas Yamas, about your nickname. Talking about Boo Yamas. So where did Boo come from?
When I was younger, I was a baby. My dad was like, oh, this is our little boo-boo. And it just kind of stuck with me. So it was Boo Boo, and then as I grew older, people just kind of was Boo, because Boo Boo got a little too cute and little kitty, so now it's just Boo.
So does your dad say Boo when you make a big play?
Oh, yeah. At the goals, everyone, Boo. Like, they think they're booing me, but really they're saying my name and cheering, and it's confusing, but it's funny.
And we've talked about this whole entire season, about the highs and the lows, but it's league play. What is the ultimate goal besides a league title? Any goals that you want to work on while in league play?
Eventually we want another ring. Getting better every day, just our goal. Trying to make the mistakes early, so in playoffs we're almost perfect.
And we are talking Nicholas Yamas. He's our Horned Toad of the Week. All right, you're a senior. Where's your go-to place to eat while at lunch?
Oh, Campus Drive-In. Their burgers are so good, and their tenders and their milkshakes are just the best.
You're not the only person that has said this on the Horned Toad pregame show. I know Grayson Redding loves the tenders over at the West Hills at the West Hills Cafe. But what stands out about Campus Drive-In when you go there for lunch?
The food's just amazing. The service is always good. The people are always nice, and lunch it's short time, so we gotta get to eat and then get out, and food's good, so it's a plus.
And so, what are you getting on your burger at campus?
Onions, pickles, no tomatoes. Tomatoes are disgusting. Yeah, that's it. Mustard.
So why are tomatoes disgusting in your eyes?
They have like a little sour taste, and ketchup, I can't do it. So, nah, tomatoes nasty.
Well, hey, look at the philosophy of Nicholas Yamas with tomatoes. So you're probably saying hot dogs are not a sandwich, right?
Oh, no, they're not. That's a hot dog. Hot dogs are in their own category. So, nope, not a sandwich.
Not a sandwich. You don't like tomatoes, so you don't like tomatoes, especially when you put it on tacos, right?
No, nope, no tacos, tomatoes, nope, onions. Yeah, I'll do that all day.
So anti-tomato for Nicholas Yamas.
I don't like the color red, so.
Oh my word! Hey, all right, Nick. I always ask you this question. I always ask the guys this question. You want to give a shout to anybody?
Oh, my parents. They're my biggest supporters. They push me, make me go to the gym every day, work on my conditioning, making sure I'm doing the right things, staying on top of my classwork, and then my Lord and Savior.
It's good to hear, my friend. It's been a lot of fun seeing you play in this 2025 season. Good luck on Friday, and good luck with the rest of the season, Nicholas.
Thank you.
That is our Horn Toad of the Week. That is Nicholas Yamas. When we come right back after this, we have that one-on-one conversation with head coach James Watson. It's the West Sierra League opener. It's Firebaugh taking on Coalinga. More after this from Firebaugh. Horn Toad of Football on the Toad Streaming Network. Well, back to the Horn Toads pregame show. This is our one-on-one conversation with head coach James Watson. Coach, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Coach. Hey, it is the start of league play, Firebaugh taking on Coalinga. Let's go back to last week. I know it was a big game against Washington Union. I know you talked about last week on our one-on-one conversation, a fight in a phone booth, but it was not a great night at the Bowl. What did you think about the game on Friday night?
Yeah, I think to start the game, it went off kind of how we kind of game planned it. We wanted the ball. We drove, we scored, tried to take another possession on that onside. We were literally half a step from getting it, but I think our second drive, we get them punt 3 and out, which was great for us, which, kind of in a way was stealing a possession right there. Driving, we get to the inside their 30, then we get 2, offsides penalties that kind of deterred us, and then obviously, we're not built for that third, second long type of thing, so, punt it away. But, I liked the way that they fought, the way that we competed. We didn't fear. Our kind of motto was believe, no fear, which is kind of like what we've been kind of just preaching to these guys. We believe in ourselves and we fear nobody. So that's kind of what we went into, and we showed that.
And especially that opening drive, you take over 6 minutes off the first quarter clock. Everything is going according to plan, but Washington Union showing why Washington Union is probably one of the best teams in the section, able to score pretty quickly.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we know they're explosive plays. Obviously, we had to limit them. And then really, if you look at the film and watch, the game, that's what they got us on was 2 deep balls, I think Potts got one, and then they got us another one in the second half. But, if Jason Ojeda catches that interception on the 2 or whatever it was, we go in 6-0, and that's a totally different type of game. It's like, I'm not saying that we would win, but, we were right there, So those type of things, we got to take opportunity, especially against teams like that. When we have opportunity to take possessions or still, get INTs or fumbles, we got to capitalize on those things.
And that was it for non-league. You go 3-2. You go into West Sierra League play this week against Firebaugh. Are you the type of coach that tells your players that erase whatever happened in non-league? This is the real season?
Yeah, I mean, the non-league, I think in my eyes went kind of how we thought. We knew Templeton and Washington were going to be tough. We know that, not that, anyone could beat anybody, obviously. But, I think the 3 that we thought we could win for sure, we got them. And then the 2 that, we knew were going to be competitive, I thought that, kind of went kind of how it was expected type of thing, But, we're the defending league champs, so we got to go out there and act like it. Everyone's going to have a bullet, target on our back, so to speak, because, we beat everybody last year. So we're going to get everyone's best game. Fireball's always played us tough, even the years that we beat them, so they're coached well. They bring that hard-nosed type of, mentality, which all the West Side schools do, and including us. So, I expect it to be a great battle.
And you talked about Firebaugh. I know that a lot of people think about the town of Firebaugh. You think about Josh Allen and that symbolism, a guy that grew up on the west side, making it big with the Buffalo Bills. What's that message to your team about having that same mental toughness that Josh Allen had at Firebaugh and at Reedley College and at Wyoming and with the Bills?
Yeah, I actually coached my last stint in high school when Josh was there. 2013, somewhere around there, I think, so 12, 13, whatever it was. So getting up to see him play, as a high schooler and then him progress, obviously, he's put that work in, that, these kids on the west side do. And it's great because he just brings, light to what we do out here, and anything could happen. You put the work in, obviously talent comes into it, but, you put the work in and you could come from a small town like Firebaugh, Coalinga, Mendota, just do the work.
And you talked about Firebaugh a little bit earlier, Coach, about how you're going to see their best effort. And what stands out about them on the film?
Firebaugh, they play hard. They got a running back. I think Luna is his last name. He plays safety, running back. He's probably their best, in my opinion, their best player. He plays hard on both sides of the ball, very aggressive, comes downhill as a safety. You know, their quarterback, you know, is good enough to beat us with their arm. They have one good receiver, number 1, I forget his number, you know, but overall, I mean, they're a hard team. They play hard, you know, they're coached well, though, you know, they're hardly going to be in the wrong spot. So, you know, to beat them, we just got to beat them on the field, you know, play by play.
Coach, I always ask you this question about keys to victory. I know that last week penalties killed the Toads offensively. I guess penalties is probably one of the keys to victory this week.
Yeah, I think that's every week. You know, you want to limit the penalties no matter what you do, you know, and you just want to not play up or down to the competition. I think we played up to Washington Union, so that's got to be our standard. I told the team, every team's got to be Washington Union. So we got to bring that effort every day, you know, every game. And, you know, I think we'll be all right. But, you know, in the end, anyone could be beat. So we just got to prepare, you know, for us to do what we do and play Toad football.
Anything else for keys to victory besides penalties?
Same thing, you know, control it. You know, I think both teams are going to try to run the ball a little bit. You know, both teams, you know, are pretty average, you know, throwing the ball. So, you know, but those big plays and those type of things are throwing the ball. So, you know, when you do it, you know, you got to limit the big plays, and hopefully we get a couple big plays off of it.
Coach, always a pleasure speaking with you. Good luck out there on Friday night.
Thank you.
That's head coach James Watson. When we come right back after this, we have the starting lineup and the opening kickoff. It's the West Sierra League opener. It's Firebaugh taking on Coalinga. More after this. Horned Toad Football on the Toad Streaming Network. And that was the Firebaugh High School Eagles Marching Band giving you the rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. It's the West Sierra League opener here on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. It's Firebaugh taking on Coalinga. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Welch, the Toad Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Friday evening wherever you may be tuning in. Coach Dave Bonilla will be with us in a little bit. Firebaugh won the toss and elected to defer, so the Horned Toads get the ball to start the contest. Same thing that they did last week against Washington Union. We were talking about turnovers with Coach James Watson and also talking about penalties, give you the keys to victory. I know Coach Dave Bonilla will be with us in a little bit, get his keys to victory, but my keys to victory, slow down Ryan Luna. Ryan Luna is the offense for Firebaugh. You definitely have to slow him down. And also, you have to find ways to limit the penalties. You heard from head coach James Watson talking about how the penalties derailed many drives against Washington Union. Sorry about that. We're on the catwalk of Firebaugh High School, so we're going to have. You can keep it open there. You can keep it open. Getting ready. Dave Bonilla about to climb up right now, but it is going to be kicking off for Firebaugh. Brandon Vilches back deep for the Toads. J.D. Reed standing at his own at 6.
Back to receive for the Horned Toads is number 3, J.D. Reed.
Vilches ready to kick it off. Pull up your favorite chair. Horned Toad football is on the air, and we are underway. R.J. Garcia with the return, runs the 30, the 35 to the 40, breaks one tackle, spins out of another, and he's going to be brought down at the 44. Good tackling there for Firebaugh. Bringing him down was Jeremiah Rosas, the sophomore, so the Horned Toads get the ball for their first possession of the evening, moving left to right. Horned Toads led by the quarterback, Grayson Redding. Horned Toads will have the ball at their own 44. If you're Coalinga, you have to find ways to keep the offense moving. You definitely heard a lot of discussion this week about not having too many turnovers. They're going to go 5 wide. 4 receivers split out to the far side. Etienne Ramirez, takes a shotgun snap. Is going to be Grayson Wright. Swings it out. The J.D. Reed penalty marker flies. Runs left, trying to find the edge. Does get past midfield. He's going to be finally brought down to the ground by Alex Rosa. Hard hit there. That was Ryan Luna with the stop. But a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what the call is going to be from our head referee. And it's going to be a holding call on the Toads. So the first play from scrimmage is going to be a holding call. Not the way you want to see if you're Coalinga. 11:47 to play in the first quarter. Opening drive for Coalinga, moving left to right. They started the drive at their own 44. They're going to march it back 10 yards. So 1st and 20 now from their own 34. Actually going to put it at the 30, actually. They're putting it at the 29, in fact. Horned Toads, white jerseys, white pants, black helmets with the orange C on the side. Red tops, white pants, white helmets for Firebaugh on this homecoming night. Horned Toads are going to go on that far side. Ball placed at their own 29. Grayson Redding works out of the shotgun. Lone receiver on the far side. J.D. Reed and Eric Hernandez on the near side, takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Tyson Alvarado as Grayson Redding runs right to the 30, trying to find his way, gets him past the edge of the 35, breaks another tackle, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. Good tackling there. Ryan Luna with the stop for Firebaugh. So he gets to the 39, so he picks up 10 on the play. So 2nd and 10 for Coalinga. 11:29 and counting in the first quarter. No score between Firebaugh and Coalinga on a homecoming night on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley in the land of Josh Allen. So right now the Horned Toads will go to 2 receivers on the far side, 2 on the near. Big Cameron Morgan's the tailback off to the left to Grayson Redding. Ball placed on the near mark at their own 39, moving left to right. 2nd and 15 now, I should say. Takes a shotgun snap as Grayson Redding fakes the handoff, runs to his own man, throws the left side. That ball is going to be almost intercepted on the coverage of Julian Garcia. He almost had the pick. And now it's quickly 3rd and 15 for the Toads from their own 39. Grayson Redding trying to thread the needle on the far side. 11:25 to play. First quarter opening drive for Coalinga. Horned Toads right now trying to convert on 3rd down. If you remember from last week, the Horned Toads had a critical 3rd down. Horned Toads converted with a screen pass. 3 receivers split out to the far side. Eric Hernandez, the lone receiver on the near side. Big Cameron Morgan, the tailback, off to the left to Grayson Redding. J.D. Reed, Tyson Alvarado, and R.J. Garcia flanked out to the far side. 3rd and 15 from their own 39. Grayson Ray with the shotgun snap, backpedals, plenty of time, wants to throw, unleashes it deep down the middle of the field, and that ball is going to be almost intercepted again. The intended receiver was Tyson Alvarado. On the coverage was Julian Garcia, and the Horned Toads on their first possession of the evening will be forced to punt, and that's not the way you want to go there if you're the Toads. The Firebaugh High School Eagle crowd loving this one. Opening drive, 11:19 to play, first quarter. So Eric Hernandez ready to punt it away for the Toads. Back deep for Firebaugh High School. It is the speedy Ryan Luna. You heard from head coach James Watson talking about his speed and how he can change a game in a matter of moments. So Eric Hernandez stands at his own 26. Waits for the punt, asks for the snap. Sends it away. It's going to be partially blocked, and Firebaugh's going to get the ball inside Horned Toad territory. And Firebaugh gets the ball for their first possession of the evening. They're going to put the ball at the 34 of Coalinga. So the Horned Toads right now having to face some adversity already. Firebaugh led by quarterback Leonardo Perez. Leonardo Perez, a 6-foot senior, 3 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Leonardo's a very good dual-threat quarterback. Dominic Barajas, the lone receiver on the near side. Julian Garcia on the far. Ryan Luna off to the right of Leonardo Perez. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Luna. Up the gut he goes. And a good tackling there by the Horned Toads defense. Grayson Redding bringing him down. Only a couple of yards on that play. 11:08 and counting, first quarter. So no gain on the play. So 2nd and 10 from the 34 of Coalinga. 3-2 is Firebaugh. Last time out, taking down to Oro 21-14. The Eagles tangled with Roosevelt High School. Roosevelt playing some really good football out in the Fresno area with their first undefeated season in 20 years. Think about that. 2 receivers now on the near side. Ryan Luna, the tailback, off to the left of Perez. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Luna, runs right in between the tackles, and the Horned Toads defense brings them down. Evan Garcia with the stop for the Toads. Good tackling there. And the Horned Toads right now force a 3rd and 11 from the 35 of Coalinga. Firebaugh trying to establish the running game, but the Horned Toads front line, a 3-down line front for the Toads. Holding their own right now in this early part of the first quarter. 10-19 and counting, first quarter. No score between Firebaugh and Coalinga. Firebaugh breaks the huddle. Red pants, red jerseys, white pants, white helmets. With an F on the back, 2 left, 2 right. 3rd and 11 from the 35 of Coalinga. Perez and shotgun looks for the blitz. 3-down lineman for the Toads. Perez takes a shotgun snap, wants to air it out, throws it deep down the near side. That ball is going to be, it's going to be caught inside the 5. Dominic Barajas hauls it in somehow. And it's a 34-yard strike. Jason Ojeda, J.D. Reed were in the vicinity. It was almost a pick. But it's 1st and goal from the 1 of Coalinga. Now Firebaugh trying to capitalize off that block punt during the Coalinga drive. So now Firebaugh moving right to left, 9:39 and counting in the first quarter. No score between Coalinga and Firebaugh. Eagles knocking on their first possession. Ryan Luna's going to line up as well. You're going to watch out. Alex Rosa in the backfield. Power eye look for Firebaugh. Perez tush push up the gut, and he's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown Firebaugh. 1-yard run by Leonardo Perez, and the Eagles strike first in Firebaugh. 9:17 to play first quarter. Drive started courtesy of a block punt. A 34-yard strike to Dominic Barajas, and now the extra point from Brandon Vilches. The kick, and the kick's going to split the uprights. And it's a 7-0 lead for Firebaugh. 9:17 to play, first quarter. More from the west side after this. Horned Toad football on the Toad Streaming Network. 9:17 to play, first quarter, 7-0 Firebaugh out in front against Coalinga. Brian Welch back with you on the Toad Stream Network. Firebaugh getting on the board with a 1-yard quarterback keeper from Leonardo Perez. And it's a 7-0 lead for Firebaugh, 9:17 to play, first quarter. Horned Toads trying to capitalize on their first drive, but they had forced for a 3-and-out. And the Horned Toads had the punt block and then a 34-yard strike to Dominic Barajas set up the Eagles of a 1-yard touchdown run by Leonardo Perez. Vilches gets his foot into the ball. RJ Garcia takes it on a hop, runs to the 30, trying to find the angle, and he's going to be brought down from behind. Good tackling by Santiago Flores. Horned Toads get the ball for their second possession of the evening, moving left to right on your screen. Coach Dave Bonilla about to join us right now. 9:09 remaining, first quarter. So 1st and 10 from their own 33, moving left to right. Special thanks to the Firebaugh High School Athletic Department for their amazing hospitality high above Firebaugh High School. There's a nice little ladder to the right of us. A man who's afraid of heights had to climb that ladder. One receiver on the far side, 3 on the near. Grayson Redding works out of the shotgun. Tailback off to the right side. That's Tyson Alvarado. He had the lone score last week against Washington Union. Ball placed on the far mark at the 33. Now Grayson Redding's going to take, there's going to be a direct snap to Tyson Alvarado. Up the gut he goes past the 35, runs to the 40, and he's going to be brought down at the first down marker. Good running there by Tyson Alvarado, and the Horned Toads pick up the first down. A 10-yard run by Tyson Alvarado. He's quickly to the sideline. Horned Toads trying to capitalize. Horned Toads put the ball at their own 44, moving left to right. They trail early 7-0 against Firebaugh. Under 9 to play in the first. Now Cameron Morgan jogs out. 2 receivers on the near side, 2 on the far.
Horned Toads on the 44, 1st and 10.
8:40 and counting, first quarter. Cameron Morgan the back off to the right side of Grayson Redding, to left, to right. Ball on the far mark at the 44. JD Reed with the motion on the near side. Jet sweep to JD, trying to find the edge. JD trying to get to the 45, gets to midfield. JD Reed's going to be escorted out of bounds, and good running by JD Reed, pushed out of bounds for Firebaugh High School. It was actually Brian Vilches who's pushing him out of bounds. So 1st and 10 for the Toads. Good pick up there. Horned Toads pick up a decent gain there. 1st and 10 inside Firebaugh territory for the first time of the evening. 8:23 and counting in the first quarter. 7-0 Firebaugh out in front against Coalinga. Horned Toads right now trying to establish the running game, which has been pretty lethal so far this season. 3 receivers split out to the far side. Dominic Argalardi, the lone receiver, on the near side. Cameron Morgan, the tailback, off to the right side of Grayson Redding. 1st and 10 from the 46 of Firebaugh. Grayson in shotgun takes the snap, direct snap to him. Up the gut he goes, bounces off a defender, trying to push his way forward, and he gets himself to the 40, and he picks up a hefty gain there. Picks up 5 on the play. Actually, my apologies, 4 on the play. So actually 6 on the play, so 2nd and 4 for Coalinga. Bringing him down for Firebaugh was Joseph Davila. The senior has 10 tackles already in 2025 for Firebaugh. Firebaugh trying to capitalize defensively. Horned Toads will have RJ Garcia, Eric Hernandez, JD Reed on the far side, Dominic Argalardi, the lone receiver on the near side. Now Tyson Alvarado checks back in the game wearing the pink gloves for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. He's off to the right of Grayson Redding. 1st and 10 from the 40. It's going to be 3 down linemen for Firebaugh. Hands it off to Tyson Alvarado. Up the gut he goes, trudges forward, and he's going to get close to the first down marker, so he picks up 3 on the play, brought down by a whole host of tacklers. Ronnie Leyva, the 5'9 senior, with the stop for Firebaugh, so it brings up a 3rd and 1 on the 37 of Firebaugh. 7 minutes to play, first quarter, 7-0 Firebaugh out in front. Leonardo Perez, the only score so far this evening in this West Sierra League opener. Horned Toads will go with 2 receivers on the far side, 2 on the near. Grayson works out of the shotgun. Tyson Alvarado, the lone tailback, off to his right. 3rd and 1 from the 37. Direct snap to Grayson Redding. Up the gut he goes, and he's going to push the pile forward. Davila brings him down, but it's useless. Horned Toads pick up a hefty gain there, and the Horned Toads pick up 5 on the play, so 1st and 10 for Coalinga. 6:29 to play, first quarter, 7-0 Firebaugh out in front in the West Sierra League opener. Horned Toads right now having a good drive, similar to what they had in that opening possession last week against Washington Union. 1 receiver on the far side, 1 on the near. Eric Hernandez on that far side as well. Tyson Alvarado, the lone running back, off to the right side of Grayson Redding. 6:06 and counting, first quarter, 7-0 Firebaugh. First and 10 from the 32 of Firebaugh. Ball on the near mark. Takes a shotgun snap. He hands it off. Here's Grayson Rain to Tyson Alvarado. Breaks one tackle. Runs the 25. And he gets himself inside the 25 to the 23. So a good pickup there. So he picks up 8 on the play. Second down and 2 for Coalinga. Bringing him down for Firebaugh was Ryan Luna. Luna's been pretty active so far defensively. One of the offensive guys to watch out for the Eagles. Making some good tackles for the Eagles so far in this first quarter. 5:33 and counting, first quarter. Dave Bonilla will be joining us in a little bit. Two receivers split out to the far side, 2 on the near. Cameron Morgan, the tailback, off to the left to Grayson Redding. Takes a shotgun snap as Grayson. Plenty of time, wants to throw, throws it deep to the far side. That ball is going to be caught. Welcome back, J.D. Reed. Touchdown Toads, 24-yard strike, and a penalty marker flies. Late, it might be a sportsmanlike conduct. But the Toads capitalize a 24-yard strike to J.D. J.D. Reed, welcome back, J.D. So the Horned Toads will line up for the extra point. Now Coach Dave Bonilla climbing the sketchy ladder and Firebaugh. Eric Hernandez ready to handle the point after the snap, the hold, the kick, and the kick is good. We are all leveled up at 7 apiece. 5:12 remaining in the first quarter. More after this from the land of Josh Allen, Horned Toad Football on the Toad Streaming Network. All tied up at 7 apiece between Firebaugh and Coalinga. 24-yard strike to J.D. Reed, his first touchdown after coming off the injury a couple of weeks ago. I'd like to welcome in the coach, Mr. Dave Bonilla. Coach, I know you had to climb the Himalayas to get up here tonight, but how are you doing?
I'm winded a bit, but
I know.
Good night.
Well, hey, you have to get your exercise, you know.
Had to drive over the river through the woods just to get here.
Well,
my gosh.
Right now it is 5:12 remaining in the first quarter, all tied up at 7 apiece. Firebaugh getting on the scoreboard with a 1-yard push from Leonardo Perez. The Horned Toads answering back with a 24-yard strike to J.D. Reed. So a little bit of tit for tat so far in this first quarter, Coach.
Yeah, you know what? I just got here, so I need to catch up. I like the field, though. My gosh.
Well, this is probably the best view in Firebaugh, right?
That's grass, isn't it?
It's natural grass. It's natural.
It's natural grass. No, this is a nice field of natural grass I've seen in a long time anywhere.
Eric Hernandez swings his leg into the football. Dominic Barajas with the return, runs the 30 to the 35. Still on his feet. The Horned Toads bring him down. And a little bit of extracurriculars after the play, but the Horned Toads bring him down. Good tackling by Coalinga. And that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for Firebaugh, their second possession of the evening. Their first possession was inside Coalinga territory, but the Horned Toads found ways to slow him down, but it was a deep pass to Dominic Barajas that set up 1st and goal from the 1. What do you want to see from the Horned Toads defense right now, Coach?
You know what? I'd like to see him get a stop and maybe drive down and get a lead here.
So right now they're going to put the ball at the 38 of Firebaugh, moving right to left. Firebaugh rocking the red jerseys, white pants, white helmets on this homecoming night. Did you see the homecoming floats when you walked in tonight?
I didn't even. Where were they? I missed them.
Right by the food court, actually.
I must have missed them.
So now they whistle before the snap. It's actually a gear issue. Dominic Barajas has to go off the field to adjust the pads on above his knee. You don't say that every day, Coach.
What's it?
He had to fix the pads on the knee.
Oh, high school has to wear them, huh? Unlike college.
That's right.
They look like shorts.
1st and 10 for Firebaugh, moving right to left. Leonardo Perez works out of the shotgun. Ryan Luna, the tailback, off to his right side. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Luna, and he's going to be brought down. Great tackle there. Tyson Alvarado met him there, and it's a loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11 from the 37. Now a pink handkerchief flies out for Breast Cancer Awareness
Those
Month.
are cute. I like those.
Flag on the play.
Let's see what the call will be from the head referee. I did not get the head referee's name because I'm afraid of heights, Coach, you know.
Really?
So it's going to be a penalty marker on
Personal
Coalinga.
foul.
So a personal foul on Coalinga is going to make it an automatic first down for Firebaugh here from the official ruling. After the play, personal foul on Coalinga. So that's going to put
Foul against the Horned Toads.
the ball inside Coalinga territory. 4:57 to play. First quarter, all tied up at 7 between Coalinga and Firebaugh for the West Sierra League opener. First and 10 from the 48 of Coalinga. Perez works out of the shotgun. Barajas on the jet sweep runs to the left side. Cameron Morgan trying to bring him down, but the Horned Toads defense swarm around him. And great tackling, Evan Garcia, J.D. Reed bringing him down, and Jason Ojeda. So a whole swarm of Toads bring him down. A good job defensively there, Coach.
Yeah, you know what? I said Cameron Morgan a little frustrated he missed the tackle, but he did enough. He did enough to slow him down and let the defense swarm.
So they're going to say that was a loss of 4 on the play. Second, I'm going to say actually, yeah, 2nd and 12. Or actually the scoreboard, 2nd and 13 actually. Got to do some Richard Welch math. I know he's on the Eastern Seaboard right now. 2nd and 12, right? Actually 2nd and 13 for Coalinga. Horned Toads trying to keep 2nd down and 12 for Firebaugh, I should say. Empty set now for Leonardo Perez. Horned Toads wanting to show blitz and have like a 6-man rush. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Luna. Luna finds a hole in between the hashes, runs right to the 40, to the 35, and he's finally brought down by J.D. Reed. And that's going to be enough for a first down for Firebaugh. They knew the blitz and they capitalized on that, Coach.
You know, it was like it was a perfect storm for them. We had 3 or 4 guys on the right side, and he came around to the left, just to the right of where we were rushing. And oh my gosh, I thought we had him in the backfield, but he found the hole.
That's going to be a huge pickup for Firebaugh. So they are going to go 1st and 10 from the Horned Toad 35. 3 left, 1 right. Luna the tailback off to the right of Leonardo Perez. Takes a shotgun snap, fakes a handoff, keeps it himself with the keeper off the gut, finds the 30, and he's going to be finally brought down. And a good tackling by Tyson Alvarado, but it's a hefty game. Picks up 8 on the play, and Firebaugh starting to find their offensive mojo right now, Coach.
Wow. Yeah, they're rolling to the right side, rolling actually both sides.
So right now, Coalinga trying to slow down the offense of Firebaugh. And talking with the coaches, it just kind of feels like we saw the same thing last week. A good quarterback, good running back, and a good receiver. And right now, Firebaugh trying to take the lead away, all tied up at 7 apiece, under 3 to play in the first. 1 receiver on the near side, 2 on the far. Luna the tailback off to the right of Perez. 2nd and 7 after from the 29. Hands it off to Luna, runs in between the tackles. Grayson Redding brings him down from behind. And that's no gain on the play. And good tackling by Coalinga. You have to know your assignment tonight, it feels like, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, they've got two running backs back there, and the quarterback's a threat to run as well, so you got to keep an eye on them as well.
I'm going to say officially a 3rd and 3, 2:29 and counting first quarter, all tied up at 7 apiece. The Eagles marching band playing Charge on this Friday evening. They have some Thundersticks down there as well. Homecoming and Firebaugh, 2:16 and counting first quarter. 2 left, 2 right. Luna the tailback off to the left of Luna. Now Perez is going to put Luna as a receiver on the far side, so empty backfield for Leonardo Perez. 3rd and 3 from the 28. Takes shotgun snap, fakes the jet sweep, runs to his right, trying to get brought down. And a good tackle by Tyson Alvarado, trips him up, and that's a good job there knowing your assignment, Coach.
Oh, yeah, you know, do your job and let everyone else fill in. And, yeah, they tripped him up, and, gosh, they made a lost yard.
They lost a couple on the play, so they're going to officially mark that at the 31. So he actually lost a couple, but it's going to be a 4th and 6. 1:38 and counting first quarter. Very fast-moving first quarter indeed from the land of Josh Allen. Horned Toad 7, Firebaugh 7. West Sierra League opener on this Friday evening.
I cannot get over this field. That's pretty.
Well, that's what happens when you're the best quarterback in the NFL. Played on this very same field in Josh Allen.
Did he kick us some money?
3 left, 1 right.
Oh, good Gardner.
Perez takes a low shotgun snap on a 4th down, wants to air it out, throws on the left side. That ball's going to be batted up, and it's going to be picked off. Horned Toads with the pick. J.D. Reed with the pick, and he gets himself to the 20, and it's going to be brought down at the 23. J.D. Reed with the interception. He was close to 1 on the first possession for Firebaugh, but the Horned Toads get the ball back, and hey, tip drills work well in practice, and it works well in the game, Coach.
Yeah, it did. It did there, you know. And, again, that's one of those, after the fact, if he'd have knocked it down, they would have been 10 yards up the field, but I get the ball in the air, intercept.
Yeah. got to do it, you know.
Yeah, it's 4th down.
It's 1st and 10 for Coalinga, moving left to right now. This is going to be their 3rd possession of the evening. Ball placed at their own 23. If you're Coalinga, you got to find ways to strike while the iron's hot. All tied up at 7 apiece. 1:01 remaining in the first quarter. High above Firebaugh High School on this somewhat chilly evening on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. The wind was howling before kickoff. 2 left, 2 right. Grayson Rain works out of the shotgun, hands it off to Tyson Alvarado. Runs in between the tackle, spins out of 1, trying to get himself forward. And the Eagles defense brings him down. Good tackling by Ronnie Leyva for Firebaugh. So no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 from the 23. Toads right now trying to establish the run. Their only offense was a 24-yard strike. The J.D. Reed has a pick as well. 40 seconds and counting, first quarter. Horned Toads right now trying to keep the offense moving. And I think this has been a very interesting one so far. Eagles struck first on a 1-yard tush push from Leonardo Perez. 2nd and 10 from their own 23. Grayson works out of the shotgun. Tyson to his left. Takes a shotgun snap. Throws to the left side. Caught by J.D. Reed. And he's going to be quickly brought down. Good tackling by Firebaugh. Albert Osuna, the 5'9 junior. 18 tackles coming into tonight, and that's going to be a good game. Picks up 6 on the play. 3rd and 6. Picks up 4 on the play. 3rd and 6 for Coalinga.
Yeah, you know what? Their defensive back closed in really quick on us. It was a good passing catch, but not much room to run.
And that might be the final play of the first quarter. A very action-packed. The running game is going to be a lot of fun to watch. And we have played one on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. Scoreboard reads Firebaugh 7, Coalinga 7. Second quarter action coming up right after this. Horned Toad football on the Toad Streaming Network. Firebaugh 7, Coalinga 7 as we begin the second quarter in Firebaugh. Dave Bonilla, Brian Welch back with you on the Toad Streaming Network. High atop the football field at Firebaugh High School. And right now it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6 for Coalinga. Do you want to run the football or you want to pass here, Coach?
Well, we got 3rd and 6. You know, look at their I've noticed their defense. Their front line is spread out quite a bit.
Takes a shotgun snap as Grayson Rain pressure, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield. Ronnie Leyva sacks him in the backfield, and that will put the Horned Toads back behind the original line of scrimmage. First down to markers at the 33. So they're going to put the ball at the 19. So that's going to be a 4th and 14, and the Horned Toads have to punt the ball for the second time to end this game. The first time in the second quarter, and that drive just felt disappointing there, Coach.
You know, it's just that it was. I think it was supposed to be a quick out or a quick pass, but that right in he got in there quicker than we thought.
Ronnie Leyva is one of the key players to watch out for Firebaugh. The 5'9 senior comes into tonight with 29 tackles, has a couple already so far. Low snap. Hernandez going to get it away. Bouncing ball, gets to the 45, and that's going to get past midfield, and it's going to be a David Cano Horned Toad roll to the 48. So 1st and 10 for Firebaugh in decent field position. They're going to put the ball. It's going to be their 3rd possession of the evening. We don't have a table up here, but we're using the railing to make our drive summary. So 1st and 10 for Firebaugh.
Have you peeked over the edge yet?
I'm as we talked about before, I'm a little bit scared of heights. Good crowd on hand.
Here, I'll look for you. How's that?
So 1st and 10 for Firebaugh. Ball placed at their own 48, moving left to right in the second quarter. All tied up at 7 apiece. 11:09 remaining in the first half. One receiver on the far side, one on the near. Leonardo Perez works out of the shotgun. The lone running back is Ryan Luna. Perez takes a shotgun snap, looking, wants to throw it deep down the near side. That ball is going to be caught. Dominic Barajas with an acrobatic grab. Jason Ojeda wanted a penalty marker, and he's not going to get it, so it's going to be a first down for Firebaugh. Another great play by the receiver, but the penalty marker flies in late now.
And they're roughing the passer. It looked like he got pushed in the back. He was in position.
So it's been a very frustrating one for the Toads defensively. So actually with that mark, so a pickup of 34 plus the 15. Penalty marker on the Toads. That's going to make it a first and goal for Firebaugh inside the red zone. 11 minutes to go first half. And that just feels disappointing there, Coach.
Unnecessary. Unnecessary, you know. That's one of the unforced errors in tennis. It doesn't have to happen.
So first and 10 from the 12 of Coalinga. One receiver each side. Perez works out of the shotgun. Luna, the tailback, off to his left side. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Luna. Up the gut he goes. And our horn toad of the week, Nicholas Yamas, brings him down from behind. Good assignment reading by Nicholas. And he talked about that he kind of has some of the techniques when he wrestles. He applies it to the football field, kind of like a little Josh Hokett from way back in the day.
There you go. You know, he teamed up right there with Cameron Morgan, a little two-punch there. 1-2 punch.
10:24 and counting, first half. All tied up at 7 apiece. Now Firebaugh trying to get themselves on the scoreboard once again. Dominic Barajas lines up on the far side. Julian Garcia on the near side. Direct snap over to Perez. Runs to the right, trying to find the edge. Brings him down. Good ankle tackle. Max Hernandez brings him down for Coalinga. And that's going to be no gain on the play. So a 3rd and 9 from the 11.
You know, after that penalty and that long pass, a stop here would do well for the Toads. I'm not sure. I haven't seen their kicker. Did you see a kicker in warm-ups?
A little bit. I actually did not see him, actually. Because they're going to do the homecoming ceremonies at halftime.
20 minutes.
That's right.
I called just to see if I had to rush or not. I was hoping to be a 7:45 start, but.
Well, hey, we're glad you're here, Coach.
You know, I was going to get me something to eat, but I don't think I'm going down those stairs until I'm done.
So 3rd and 9 from the 11 of Coalinga. Power eye look. Takes the handoff boot to the right side. Perez wants to throw. Throws to the right corner. And that's going to be picked off again. Jason Ojeda with the pick at the goal line. And the Horned Toads deny the Eagles once again.
Nice.
Jason Ojeda read the play well, and the Toads get the ball back. 9:22 to play, second quarter.
Yeah, he was hitting back there and nice. Came in at the end. Little revenge for getting pushed in the back early.
So now the Horned Toads get the ball back inside the 5. They're going to mark it at the 3. So Coalinga gets their 4th possession of the evening, moving right to left now. 9:22 to play in half number 1. Horned Toads' only offense is a 24-yard strike to J.D. Reed. Now Grayson Redding works out of the shotgun out of his own end zone. A little bit nerve-wracking right there, Coach.
Yeah, you know what? Get you some, I'd say get a quick run and get you some yardage.
Grayson Redding takes a shotgun snap, toss to the right side. Tyson Alvarado with the run past the 10-yard line. Pushes his way forward. Good tackling there for Firebaugh, bringing him down. Was actually Giancarlos Santos. Go ahead, Coach.
That was a nice big chunk. What, 8 yards right there?
So they're going to say pickup of 8 on the play. 2nd down and 2. Actually say 2nd down and 3, actually. Gain of 7 on the play. Horned Toads moving right to left. Lone receiver on the near side is R.J. Garcia. J.D. Reed, the lone receiver up top. Takes a shotgun snap, low snap for Grayson Redding. Handles it, runs up the gut he goes, and he's going to pick up the first down. And he gets a big gain there. 1st and 10 for Coalinga, and you like that if you're the Toads.
Oh, yeah. You keep the ball moving. Positive yardages. Positive yardages.
They're going to say a pickup of 5 on the play. 1st and 10 for Coalinga, moving right to left. Ball placed in between the marks. Horned Toads right now trying to capitalize now off an interception from Jason Ojeda, thrown by Leonardo Perez. Wind is still howling softly in Firebaugh. Takes a shotgun snap as Grayson. Now he's going to do it in reverse now. Reverse to J.D. Reed. Runs to the 15 to the 20. Trying to find his way. The penalty marker flies in late. J.D. on the track, but he's finally pushed out of bounds by Emiliano Batista, the sophomore. So let's see what the call's going to be here. How the referee's been calling the game, Coach.
Well, I'll tell you, it's going to be holding.
It's going to be a holding call on Coalinga.
On Coalinga, because it was tight end was holding the guy at the defensive end.
And you heard from head coach James Watson harping about that with our one-on-one conversation this week, talking about that's what killed many drives against Washington Union last week. Penalties killed the Toads.
Yeah, you know, in this situation, if he doesn't hold, it's a catch-22. You're in trouble anyway, because if he didn't hold him, he would have made the tackle. You know, it's almost you got to pick your poison. You want the yardage, or you want the penalty, or the play. And going back to last week's game, I know a lot of those were just a lot of procedures, man. That's dead ball penalties that you can help.
So 8-14 and counting in the first half, all tied up at 7 apiece. 1st and 20 from inside the 5. They're actually going to mark it at the 8-yard line. Racing Rain motions Eric Hernandez, fakes the handoff, keeper himself, runs the right, breaks the tackle, ball on the carpet. Horned Toads scoop it up. Tyson Alvarado's going to be the hero, but he's going to get brought down from behind. Good tackling by Firebaugh already. And the Eagles smelling the play out. Ryan Luna flying around out there for Firebaugh.
That was bad from the get-go after that, his 2 steps and that ball bounced around. You know, the last 2 or 3 snaps have been kind of low. We have our same center in there.
That's right. That is Armando Vega as the center. They're going to go 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. J.D. Reed and R.J. Garcia on the near side. Lone receiver up top is going to be Dominic Argalardi. Tyson Alvarado in the backfield, standing on the A of Eagles. Grayson works out of the shotgun. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Tyson Alvarado, runs to the 5, cuts down, and the ball squirts out late, and Firebaugh gets the ball back. Albert Osuna gets the ball, and Firebaugh is in prime territory once again, and a turnover frustrates the Toads once again.
Fumble on the play.
Just a bad drive from the start there, Coach.
Yeah, not too. Yeah, it got worse. It wasn't. First couple run was pretty good, but that hurts. That hurts. You know, reminds me of my Rams last night. Oh my goodness, my LA Rams.
Yeah.
Fumble inside the 5, like right at the end of the game. End up losing overtime. You got to take care of the ball.
So 1st and goal from the 6. They are going to put Perez in the shotgun. Luna, the running back, off to the left. They are going to put one receiver each side. A Rose at the tail. Taillight in, hands it off. Toss over to the left side to Luna. Up the gut he goes, and he's finally brought down by R.J. Garcia. That's going to be inside the 5, but they're knocking on the door once again, Coach.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of tough when you put your defense in that position inside the 5.
So right now, Firebaugh trying to capitalize off the turnover. So back-to-back turnovers, 1 for Coalinga, 1 for Firebaugh. And now Firebaugh trying to punch it in for 6:42 to play. First half, all tied up at 7 apiece. And this first half has been moving in a very fast manner. Luna now is going to be the tailback off to the right of Perez. 1 receiver each side. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Luna. Luna runs left, going to try to find his way. Second effort into the end zone. Touchdown Eagles. 2-yard run for Ryan Luna. His first of the night.
Yes, thank you.
And now a penalty marker flies in late.
Silly. Too much ESPN.
See what the penalty is going to be from the head referee.
It's on number 3.
On Luna.
Yeah, he did something on the pad. Sort of like what was his name? NFL stuck the ink pen under the pad.
T.O.?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. He went over and did something and said something. Unsportsmanlike conduct, guarantee. I'll bet your check on it. Look at that.
And it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct.
And I was right.
I know Coach McCabe went to Vegas last week. I know that. I think you'd be pretty good at Vegas right now, Coach.
Yeah. if they take Monopoly money.
And they take Monopoly money. Now Vilci is going to handle the point after. 6:27 to play in the first half. The snap, the hold, the kick. Horned Toads looking to try to block it, but the kick is going to split the uprights. And it's a 7-point lead for Firebaugh, 14-7. Eagles out in front. 6:27 to play in half number 1. More after this from the banks of the San Joaquin River. Horned Toad Football, the Toad Streaming Network. .27 remaining in half number 1. Firebaugh getting on the scoreboard once again with a 3-yard run from Ryan Luna. It's a 14-7 lead for the Firebaugh High School Eagles alongside the coach Dave Bonilla. Brian Welch back with you. And they just got the ball deep in Toads territory, and they cashed it in for 6 there, Coach.
Yeah, you know, a fortunate turnover gave him good field position.
Vilchie swings
We
it.
should get field position here.
Tyson Alvarado takes it at his own 35, runs left to the 40. Now cuts, trying to get himself to the 45, and he's finally brought down by Santiago Flores for Firebaugh. And that's where Horned Toads had the ball with 6:22 remaining in half number 1. Stay tuned for the Horned Toads halftime show and get a chance to look at how the first half went. Also get to hear from head coach Justin Berna of Coalinga College. Falcons on a bye week this week, but they're 3-2 overall.
Yeah, they've turned it around.
Yeah, they're going to be playing Cabrillo College next week up in Aptos. There is an injured Eagle on the play. It was actually the tackler of Santiago Flores, the senior tight end. So he's being checked out by the athletic training staff. You're just now joining us on the Toad Streaming Network. It's been a back-and-forth affair. Horned Toads got the ball after Firebaugh elected to defer to the second half. Horned Toads had a 3-and-out, and the punt was blocked. Then Firebaugh finding a way to strike with the irons hot, a 34-yard strike to Dominic Baraja. Set up a go-ahead 1-yard touchdown run by Leonardo Perez. Horned Toads got the ball back, and it was a 24-yard strike to J.D. Reed. And the Horned Toads got the ball after a turnover, an interception thrown by Leonardo Perez. Horned Toads fumbled the ball on the ensuing drive, and a 3-yard run by Ryan Luna makes it a 14-7 lead for Firebaugh. And we talk about it, Coach. This is a Horned Toad squad gets up. Santiago Flores gets up. Round of applause for him and Firebaugh. But penalties have been the deterring factor so far in half number 1.
Yeah, both ways, mostly on ours, but it's been even. I mean, the calls have been correct calls. It's kind of putting yourself in a negative position with all the penalties.
So 1st and 10 for Coalinga, moving right to left. Ball placed on the near mark at their own 43. 1-3, the Horned Toads line up. Tyson actually fakes the handoff as Grayson Ray. Now runs in between the tackles, and Grayson Ray going to try to push himself forward, and he's going to get no gain on the play. That felt like a botched play from the start, Coach.
Yeah, he turned to look. He turned to look, and it like he was going to throw, but I don't think he had anybody to throw it to, or it looked like the blocker was blocking in J.D. Reed's way. That's what it looked like. It was like a quick flare-out screen to J.D., but there was a blocker in between Redding and the receiver.
No gain on the play for the Toads. 2nd and 10 from their own 43. 5:45 and counting. Half number 1. 14-7 Firebaugh out in front of this West Sierra League opener. 3 receivers on the far side. 1 receiver on the near side. That's Dominic Argalarde. Running with the shotgun snap. Fakes the handoff. Now he's going to try to escape away. Leiva's going to try to bring him down from behind, and he's brought down by Giancarlos Cortez, the 5'9" senior. So no gain on the play once again. It just feels like this offense is kind of sputtering right now in the midway part of quarter number 2, Coach.
Yeah, still sputtering. It's
Brings up a 3rd and 11 for the Horned Toads.
I'll wait. I want to say something, but I'll wait.
Horned Toads right.
Watch a few more plays.
How about this? 3rd and 11 for the Toads. They're going to put the ball at the 42. Ball on the far mark. 5:02 and counting in the first half. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. Grayson Ray works out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Wants to roll to his left. Wants to throw. Does indeed to J.D. Reed. Trying to find to the 45. Gets himself close to midfield. And he's finally brought down to the ground. Good tackling by Christian Agreta, the 5'9" junior for Firebaugh. That's going to bring up a 4th down for Coalinga. And right now you're trailing by 70. You roll the dice right now if you're James Watson, Coach.
You know, 3 yards. A quick 4-yard hook, 4-yard out. I would, yeah. Well, they're going to go for it, but they got to get the ball quick because right now our offensive line isn't doing the best right now.
4th and 4
Yes,
from the
Kimo.
inside at the 49.
You can't cross. He should have snapped it.
And now a timeout taken. It was about to have a chemo special there. Firebaugh saying they had a lucky break there. George Saldana, the head coach of Firebaugh, fired up about that play.
I don't think you have to make contact in high school if you just cross it, correct?
I think that's correct. Horned Toads burned their first timeout of the first half. 4:13 to play in half number 1. 14-7 Firebaugh out in front in this West Sierra League showdown. And you think about how this team has played so far this evening, it just kind of feels like we're seeing a version 2 of what happened last week against Washington Union.
Bits and pieces. Back again.
You know the words to the song, Coach?
I do. I'm old.
So it is going to bring up a 4th and 4 for Coalinga. 4:13 remaining in half number 1. I know that BYU is playing tonight against West Virginia.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
You can spoil it, but let me know and I'll get off the air because.
Well, we'll talk about that with Justin Berner. Justin Berner, the head coach at Coalinga College, will join us for halftime. So 4th and 4 for Coalinga. Ball placed at their own 49. Ball on the near mark. 2 receivers on the near side, 2 on the far. Grayson Rain works out of the shotgun. Now motions J.D. Reed to the far side. Grayson the low shotgun snap, rolls to his right, plenty of time. Now wants to throw, throws it down the middle. That's going to be caught by Eric Hernandez. First down and more. Eric Hernandez stiff arms the man, and he gets himself to the 39. And a huge pickup there, a pickup of 12, and it's a definite chain mover. The Toads convert on 4th down.
And you called it. I like that. Our pregame meeting a couple days ago. I remember.
That's right.
Get number 11 involved. Get him involved a little bit more. That was a nice catch. He went up and got that one.
Talked about it last week. He had the hops against Washington Union. Almost had a great play there, but Jarrell Albert dislodged the football. It's 1st and 10 for Coalinga. Ball placed at the 39 of Firebaugh. 3:44 and counting in the first half. Time is not on the side of the Toads. You have to find a way to capitalize. 1 receiver on the near side. Tyson Alvarado, the lone running back, off to the right of Grayson Rain. Now it's going to be a direct snap to Tyson Alvarado. He takes it, runs the 40, now runs right. Penalty marker flies, trying to break a tackle, and Alvaro soon is going to try to bring him down, and Vilchi's going to bring him down as well. And what's the penalty going to be here, Coach?
Or motion, yeah. Grayson and Tyson were both moving at the same time.
And we talked about procedural penalties and penalties in general.
Yeah.
Haunting the Toads last week, or haunting the Toads once again in Firebaugh.
And it is frustrating. As a coach, it is frustrating. Things that you can control or things that you can take care of, and it just doesn't happen. They're going to decline it.
That's going to back them up a bit. So they're going to say 2nd and 14 from the 42 of, actually 2nd and 13, I should say. Ball placed on the far mark at the 42 of Firebaugh. 1 receiver each side. Tyson Alvarado, the lone running back, off of the left side of Grayson Redding. Horned Toads trying to capitalize. Only score for the Toads tonight was a 24-yard strike to J.D. Reed, his first touchdown since the injury. Grayson with the shotgun snap, hands it off to Tyson, runs in between the tackles, and a good tackling by Firebaugh. Emiliano Bautista, the sophomore, brings him down, so that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And the Toads do not fare well when they're behind the sticks, and head coach James Watson admitted that during our one-on-one conversation we want to see right now with 3rd and 20 miles, Coach.
First down. But you know what? Fireball's defensive line is reacting quick. They're reacting quick side to side, and I noticed that. We haven't seen that very often.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 12 for the Toads. Ball placed at the 41 near the far mark. Trips out to the near side. 1 receiver up on the far side. Cameron Morgan, the tailback, off to the left to Grayson Redding. Grayson Redding in shotgun. 3rd and 12. Horned Toads trying to convert, and now George Saldana dancing around, and a timeout taken by Firebaugh, their first one of half number 1. So both squads have 2 timeouts. And right now, what did you think Firebaugh saw with the line there?
Well, I don't know, but Coach saw something. It might have been a mismatch, but he didn't like the setup for the defense. So, right now you want to get, what is it, 3rd and 12,
3rd
13?
and 12. 3rd and 12.
You want to get at least 7, 8, make it a manageable 4th down. Because obviously in this 4-down territory, they're going to go for it if they don't get it. But you want to get just a little chunk. Don't have to get it all right now, but at least a little bit.
Glad to have you along wherever you may be tuning in on the Toad Streaming Network. 14-7 Firebaugh out in front. 2:27 to play in half number 1. And it's been a literal grudge match to open up West Sierra League action. And right now the Horned Toads looking to convert on a 3rd and 12. If you're Coalinga, do you want to throw the football or you want to run the football? The yardage says you want to throw, but you just throw the book away and just find a way to get find a way?
If we're going to throw, I haven't seen anything that says we can lay back 4 or 5 seconds and throw it. It'd have to be a quick throw. Quick throw.
Trips out to the near side. 1 receiver up top. That's going to be Tyson Alvarado. Watch out for him. Cameron Morgan, the tailback, off to the left of Grayson Ray. My binoculars almost fell away. Almost flew. Takes a direct snap. Is going to be Grayson Ray. Up the gut he goes, pushing his way forward. Rugby scrum forward. Grayson Redding going to get close to the 1st down marker. Gets past the 35 to down to the 33. So we talked about earlier, it's going to be a 4-down territory. You're going to say 4th and 4 from the 33 of Firebaugh.
Yeah, they haven't been going Tyson around the side as much as they did in recent games.
Horned right now trying to convert on 4th down. 1:55 and counting, half number 1. 14-7, Firebaugh out in front. Horned Toads get the call from James Watson. He runs the offense as the head coach. 2 receivers up top. Now it's going to be Cameron Morgan, the running back, in the backfield of Grayson Redding. 3 down linemen for Firebaugh. Tyson Alvarado, the lone receiver down on the near side. Fakes the handoff, boot to the right side. Grayson Redding wants to throw, throws to the right side. That ball's going to be batted up in the air. And did J.D. Reed make the grab? No, he did not. And a good coverage there by Dominic Gargalardi, but the Toads, regardless, turned the ball over on downs, and that's just not the way the Toads wanted to go right there.
You know what? And he was open. Unfortunately, Redding got rid of the ball just a little too late on his break, on J.D. Reed's break. He had him by about 3 or 4 yards, but because of the distance of the pass, it gave the defender time to close in.
14-7, Firebaugh out in front, 1:30 to play in the first half. 1st and 10 from their own 33, moving left to right is Firebaugh. And Firebaugh right now trying to capitalize off this turnover on downs from Coalinga. Takes a shotgun snap as Perez. Backpedals, plenty of time. Screen pass, dumps it off to Luna. Luna to the 35, and he's finally brought down by Nicholas Yamas. Gets close to the 40 to the 39. So he picks up 6 on the play, so 2nd down and 4 from the 39.
Nothing over the top.
1:12 and counting in half number 1. 2 receivers on the far side, 2 on the near. Perez takes a shotgun snap. Will keep it himself. Runs to the right. Stiff arms Nicholas Yamas trying to find the edge. And he's finally escorted out of bounds by Cameron Morgan. So they're going to say he did pick up 3 on the play. So 3rd and 1 now for Firebaugh from their own 42. They're actually going to say 3rd down and 3 actually from their own 40. Interesting spot there by the referee coach.
Yeah, I might give him a yard or 2.
1:02 remaining in half number 1, 62 seconds, 14-7. Firebaugh out in front. Leonardo Perez going to work out of the shotgun. 2 receivers on the far side, 2 on the near. Ryan Luna, the tailback, off to his left. Ball on the near mark at the 40. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Luna. Up the gut he goes. Nicholas Yamas brings him down, and it's close to the 1st down marker. Gets to the 42. And now, Firebaugh has to make a decision here. Do you go for it or do you punt it?
As a Toad fan, I don't want him to go for a good stop. If I'm Firebaugh, I punt it just so I don't not get it and put them within striking distance, but they're just going to let the clock tick, I think.
33 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Firebaugh is going to huddle up here. Leonardo Perez has had some fun so far. He has a touchdown of his own. Ryan Luna has a touchdown. 16 seconds remaining. 4th and 1 from their own 42. Ball placed on the near mark. 2 receivers on the far side, 2 on the near. Now a whistle and now a delay of game on Firebaugh, coach. Very interesting strategy there.
Maybe they're just trying to burn that. I think they're going to do that in this punt. Coach Berner just texted me. He's
look at that. Coach Berner climbing Mount Everest right now. Look at this guy. He said he wanted to get a workout this week. Hey, right, Coach, we got him. We got a workout for him. Look at this guy right now.
Yeah, but he's half our age. He's half my age probably. He got to feel like nothing.
So right
I needed help from cameraman.
So now it's going to be Luna with the punt, trying to try to get it away. Gets a booming end-over end punt. Tyson Alvarado is going to angle to the 30. Now he's going to take it. Runs to the 30, to the 35, to the 40. Cuts left to the 45, still on his feet. Trying to break a tackle, but he's going to be finally brought down to the ground. And good tackling by Eric Ramirez, and a whole dog pile afterwards. And a pink handkerchief flies in, and now a couple of extracurriculars going on now. There was a lot of extracurriculars during the JV game, Coach, and now a little bit more extracurriculars again. So now
you can't end on a defensive penalty, but
see what the referees now. Hey, we gotta get Coach Berna on the mic. You know, yeah.
I can't, is that what he said? I can't.
Yeah, you can't
I've got my headphones and I have my hoodie.
Well, look at this. Nanook of the North right now, everybody, with Coach Dave Bonilla. I know Coach McCabe's gonna brave the elements and climb down the very sketchy ladder here at Firebaugh. Now there's an injured Eagle being carried off. That's Eric Ramirez. No, the clock reads zeros. And now let's see what the call is going to be from the head referee.
Well, it's going our way. Maybe we can take it on the kickoff.
Hey, you know what? It was a little positive, you know, in this first half, you know.
Or you just chuck it up now. What? You just got to throw it deep.
Think about this. One play with a 50-yard strike to R.J. Garcia and Hanford a couple of weeks back. Horned Toads can strike with one play, so an untimed down. So the Horned Toads right now trying to capitalize. The Firebaugh fans not happy about it. We had the football guru of junior college of California.
You know, and the problem is not 80% of the fans don't know the rules. That's why they're upset. Yeah.
And now, what are we doing here? Is this going to be a timeout taken by Firebaugh? So a very interesting way to close out the first half. Second timeout taken by Firebaugh. One left for the Eagles. They have that 1 second left, and alongside the coach Dave Bonilla, Brian Welch with you. It has been a very up and down game tonight for the Toads offensively. A couple of turnovers, but the defense has kept them in the game, but you have to go back to your fundamentals, it seems like.
Yeah, they had a few penalties that kind of just shoot themselves in the foot, and it puts you back in negative yardage.
If you have that ticket, come on up to the announcer's booth.
So that's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 41 of Firebaugh. And how about this? When we were up here getting set up for the broadcast, there was a beautiful sunset off to the west. The east was looking great as always. So that's going to be a 1st and 10 for Coalinga, moving right to left. Ball placed on the 41 on the far mark. Now Grayson Redding's going to work out of the shotgun. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. Do you just chuck it up here, Coach?
I would, but you have to make sure and, you know, stay back. You don't want to pick 6.
Takes shotgun,
Let it
snap as
fly.
Grayson Redding wants to throw it. Throws it deep down the near side, and that ball is going to be caught by Ryan Luna. Penalty marker flies in late, and now there's going to be another play. Ryan Luna's going to keep himself going, and now let's see what the penalty's going to be here.
Maybe either a hold or a roughing the passer.
And also the pass interference.
Yeah.
Hey, we should get Justin Berna as our spotter, you know? We got the binoculars for him. We should have. We forgot to get him the
You
headset.
should have had him take my place, so I didn't have to rush over here. I didn't know it was bye week.
Hey, he's a fan. He's on a recruiting trip, you know? Let's see what the call is going to be here from the head referee. Still 1 second remaining. Now a holding call on Coalinga. Pass interference on Firebaugh. Penalties declined.
Yeah.
So we're going to redo the play.
One more play, yeah.
How about this?
Yep.
Hey, how about we keep the first half moving, you know?
How about not?
Still 1 second remaining in half number 1. 14-7, Firebaugh out in front, and now Firebaugh is going to burn their final timeout, and that's just why? Why do you?
Because he has it.
I know, but
I mean, the situation's the same. You just tell him the same thing.
you can just drop 6 back and send a 5-man rush and go for it, but Firebaugh burns their final timeout of the half. Stay tuned for the Horned Toads halftime show. Get a chance to go through this whole entire wacky first half and also get to hear from the coach, Justin Berna. The Falcons of Coalinga College 3-2 on this 2025 season. They go into conference play next week, heading to Aptos. Somebody told me there's some good sushi restaurants in Aptos, actually. So we'll talk about that with head coach Justin Berna. Also go through all the scores. A couple of games going on that are pretty interesting. I know that BYU is taking on West Virginia. La for Dave Bonilla right now.
No scores. I'm
no
recording.
score? No score.
scores.
You're recorded.
You can announce when I give Coach the headphones. You can. That's all you want.
Of course.
I'm recording.
And also we have San Jose State taking on New Mexico in San Jose. So 1st and 10 for Coalinga. They're going to replay the down. Replay the play, actually. One final play in the half number 1. 2 left, 2 right. 1st and 10 for the 41 of Firebaugh. Grayson Redding with the shotgun snap. Backpedals. Plenty of time. Once on low. Throws it deep down the far side. That ball is going to be picked off. And Ryan Luna, who had the pick earlier, is going to get the pick again to close out half number 1. Still on his feet. Bulldozes the Horned Toad down, and he's going to be brought down by Grayson Redding. Actually, Tyson Alvarado finally. So it's going to be an interception. And now another penalty marker flies in. A lot of extracurriculars so far tonight.
He's out.
Let's see what the call is going to be here. Firebaugh not happy. Crowd mic firing up right now. Now the head referee talking with George Saldana with the head referee. So a controversial way to end the half number 1, or are we still going here?
I think so. This may be the longest 6 seconds ever.
So we're going to send the Eagles to the break.
You throw a flag and nothing?
Okay, what are we doing here?
And that's the end of the half.
Watch the leg.
With the score, Hardcoat 7.
And that's how the first half comes to a close. A very controversial and a very confusing first half. We'll break that one down for you. Scoreboard reads at halftime. Firebaugh 14, Coalinga 7. More after this. Horn Toad Football on the Toad Streaming Network. It's halftime in Firebaugh. Scoreboard reads 14-7. Firebaugh out in front against Coalinga. My name is Brian Welch of the Toad Streaming Network. Glad to have you along wherever you may be listening to Horn Toad Football. Been a very interesting first half indeed for Coalinga. The Horn Toads had a lot of turnovers, but right now this Horn Toad squad only trailing by 7. This is a definite fist fight on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. We can get a chance to look at the drive summary, but before we do that, get a chance to talk with head coach Justin Berna, the head coach of Coalinga College. Falcons 3-2 overall in the 2025 season, and they are on a bye week. They're going to have their conference opener next week on the road in Aptos. Coach, I usually interview at 11 o'clock in the morning in the office at Coalinga College, but it's good to see you up here in Firebaugh. How are you doing?
I'm very good, my man. Yeah, it's a little different,
Well, I mean, you're a fan, and also you're recruiting. I mean, what did you think about the first half as a coach?
No, it was good. A little, like you said, a little sloppy here and there, but overall good football, physical. You can tell it's emotional because, Firebaugh, Coalinga, it's a long-time rivalry. But just a few plays, just ball on the ground too much, but we could say the same thing about us last week ourselves, so same thing.
Hey, you're 3-2 overall in this 2025 season. You're on a 3-game winning streak going into the bye week. I mean, it's been fun to watch the Falcons play the last 3 weeks, Coach.
Yeah, we've gotten better every week, and this has been a really fun group to coach. It's a cliche to say as a coach, but we've gotten better every single week, and it's fun to see our progress. Our kids really get along well. We've got a really good group that work really hard, and they've taken the time to learn off the field as well, the film room and all that stuff, which has really been the big step for us every single week. And then, now we're kind of controlling our own destiny and looking good and receiving votes for top 25 and all that kind of stuff. And so now it's going to be, can we continue that next week, like you said, against Cabrillo on the road, conference opener, which is always tough and it's always cold. Ironically tonight it's the first kind of chilly night here in the valley, but it's always cold there at night. So it's going to be a challenge for our guys, what we're used to at our place.
The Falcons fell in their first 2 games of 2025, falling to Feather River, then falling to LMC, or Los Morales College in Pittsburgh. But the season turned around, especially against Delta College, comeback victory up in Stockton, a great win against Chabot College, and a great revenge win last week against College of the Siskiyous.
Yeah.
And it feels like this team right now is playing really good football. You've been talking about.
Yeah, we're playing complimentary football. Like I said, it's kind of how we practice right now. It's how our team is in the weight room. Defense gets a stop, or offense does something, and then the defense picks us up, or defense gives up a big play, offense picks it up. Special teams really stepped up, so we've done a really good job, like I said, as a group, and it's just really carried over each week, as we've gotten better. And it's you've really seen progression on a lot of different guys individually. Statistics are statistics, but as a whole, it's been really, really fun to see defense get better, offense get better. If you'd have told me we would have held Siskiyous to 54 yards rushing, I'd have told you you're crazy, and we did, and as a defense. Then offensively, if you'd have told me we'd have had 507 yards of offense, I'd have told you you're crazy, and we did, So it's just we're getting better, and that's again, as a coach, it makes you feel really good that we're doing what we're supposed to do.
We know some of the players to watch out for, but our Horn Toad audience has not listened to a broadcast on the Falcons Audio Network. I know Justin Delzite's a player to watch out for. Mariana Wright, Christian Constant on the defensive side. Any other players to watch out for?
Yeah, our guys, we're spreading it around. So, Khalif Bloom, number 1, is playing really good football. Marcos Ruiz is playing really good football. David Dunn's playing really good football on offense. Then up front, Donovan Urbina's playing fantastic left tackle, Coalinga kid. Joe Velasquez, kid from Madera, is playing really good at center. And then defensively, you've got Christian you mentioned, but Nate Stroud's a Taft kid playing really solid for us. And then up front, Dustin Garrett's playing really good. Eli Jones playing really good. And then Kasuke Nakata is playing really good, and which is a really fun story. He's a Japanese international student, and he's playing really, really good football too. So, we're spreading it around. Everyone's playing good, stepping up. Jackson C is playing good at safety. He's a Yosemite kid. So, we've got guys from all over the place stepping up, doing their job. And then, of course, hometown hero Ernesto's kicking the ball really well for us and punting for us, doing all three. And he was 6 of 6 last week, so he's doing really well too. So we're spreading it around. Everyone's doing well, and Mondays are fun with their helmet stickers. Right now Mondays have been fun the last 3 weeks.
And the Falcons back on the road after the bye week, take it on Cabrillo College and Aptos. That's going to be a 6 p.m. kickoff pregame show on the Falcons Audio Network at 5:40. And the Falcons back home on the 18th, taking on Hartnell College for the home conference open. That's also the Hall of Fame dinner. Anything you want to talk about that, Coach?
Yeah, that's going to be our Hall of Fame game. We're going to put in a bunch of people that evening in the Hall of Fame dinner and put in our College Hall of Fame, and that'll be a fun event as well. A lot of alumni come back, and that's always a great event. And our old trainer, Tracy, is going to go in, who was here a long time, 25 years, retired, and then Jesse Coda is also going in as an individual who coached me, was an assistant for Coach Gritton for many years. So it'll be really fun for myself to see Tracy, who mended me up many times with my broken fingers and torn, stuff. And then also Coach Coda, who was, my academic advisor. He coached running backs for us. And he was a very good close friend of mine and also mentor afterwards. That's going in the Hall of Fame as well. And a longtime coach at Coalinga for a very long time.
Maybe we have to get Grit on for the Falcons Audio Network.
Yeah,
maybe an analyst.
He might be there at that game for sure when Coach Coda's going to the Hall of Fame.
Well, Coach, it's always a pleasure seeing you. Anything else you want to let the Coalinga fans know?
No, just keep coming out. The last couple games have been great. The Chabot game, we had a great crowd. We did the Oilers kind of appreciation day, and a lot of little ones came out and their families and the cheerleaders, and I appreciated that. And it was a great win for us as well. So yeah, we're doing really well with all that. We're giving out our Falcon Player of the Week every Tuesday to the Oilers. That's going really well, and the kids like it. I see kids at the grocery store, and they're all excited for their stickers. But yeah, it's going really good. Coalinga's been very supportive, and we're continuing to be successful, and hopefully, this will be our 4th year in a row being bowl eligible, knock on wood, and, just keep moving forward, keep getting moving forward. So we're excited about where we're going with the program, and I like where we're at right now.
Well, that's good to hear, Coach. Coach, always a pleasure seeing you as always. Enjoy the rest of the game. What's your favorite snack bar food right now? You being a fan, what are you going to get at the snack bar at halftime?
I don't know what they have yet. So you already messed my week up taking me to Mexican food today. So I'm already messed up for the week.
Well, we were talking about your Greek yogurt. Did you have your Greek yogurt
I
yet?
did already have that today. Yep, you're right.
Oh, my word. That's head coach Justin Murrah of Coalinga College. Coach, thank you so much for hopping on the Horned Toads halftime show, and I'll see you next week.
I appreciate you, my man.
Hey, we'll be right back after this with the highlights from the first half. More after this from Firebaugh. Horned Toad Football on the Toad Streaming Network. 14-7 Firebaugh out in front against Coalinga. The homecoming court being crowned right now at Firebaugh High School. Going back to the Horn Toad halftime show. Glad to have Justin Berna on for the Horn Toad halftime show. A lot of great insight. Falcons of Coalinga College playing some really good football. They're back in action next week, taking on Cabrillo College. That's going to be the conference opener in Aptos. But right now, let's give you a chance to look at how the first half went in Firebaugh. Firebaugh won the toss and elected to defer, and Coalinga got the ball. And they started, and they had a 3-and-out. They had to punt the ball away, and the punt was blocked. And then Firebaugh got the ball at the Coalinga 34, and they marched it down the field. It was close to a 34-yard strike to Dominic Barajas. Set up a go-ahead 1-yard tush-push, courtesy of Leonardo Perez. 7-0 Firebaugh out in front. Horn Toads got the ball back for their second possession of the evening. They started at their own 33, and that was a 24-yard strike to J.D. Reed. First touchdown since being injured this season. J.D. Reed made a 7-7 tie between Firebaugh and Coalinga. Horn Toads got the ball back after interception to J.D. Reed, so a touchdown and interception for Mr. J.D. Reed. Horn Toads got the ball back, and that was the end of the first quarter. The start of the second quarter, the Horn Toads had to punt the ball, their second punt of the evening. And the Horn Toads had to go back to work defensively. Firebaugh for their third possession of the evening, so at their own 48. And it resulted in a Jason Ojeda interception inside the 5. And then Coalinga got the ball back for their fourth possession, deep in their own territory at their own 3. And that was a turnover for the Toads. And that was another frustrating one for the Toads once again. And then Firebaugh got the ball back after that turnover, I should say, at the Coalinga 6. Firebaugh marched it in with Ryan Luna, his first touchdown of the evening with a 3-yard touchdown strike. Coalinga got the ball back, and they turned the ball over on down in the second quarter. And then Firebaugh got the ball back once again, and they had a turnover. The Horn Toads got the final drive of half number 1, and it was a pick thrown to Ryan Luna. That's the first half in Firebaugh. 14-7, Eagles out in front against Coalinga in the West Sierra League opener. Take a look at some of the scores from across the college football landscape. I know Coach Dave Bonilla is not going to listen to this one right now. I know that it's a 14-3 lead for BYU against West Virginia, 6:24 to play in half number 1. San Jose State out in front, 14-0 against Jason X New Mexico Lobos. That's 9:48 to go in the second quarter. 7-0 San Diego State out in front against Colorado State during the late going of the first quarter. Also, a couple of games already. Those are some of the games to watch out for on this Friday evening. Also, Western Kentucky takes down Delaware 27-24. South Florida has no trouble against Charlotte 54-26. And yesterday it was a 37-10 victory for New Mexico State. The Aggies led by quarterback Logan Fife, the former Bulldog of Tracy High, and also the former Bulldog of Fresno State. And still the homecoming festivities at Firebaugh High School. 7 minutes before the second half. We'll be right back with the coach's keys to victory. Coach Dave Bonilla waiting for his food order from the courtesy of Gerald Butler from the great snack bar. And we'll have that for you when we come right back after this. Once again, our halftime score, it's Firebaugh with 14, Coalinga with 7. More after this from the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. Horn Toad football on the Toad Streaming Network. Second half about to begin in Firebaugh for the West Sierra League opener between Firebaugh and Coalinga. Scoreboard reads Firebaugh 14, Coalinga 7, alongside the coach Dave Bonilla. My name is Brian Welch. Glad to have you along on this chilly Friday evening, the first Friday in October. And how excited are you for October, Coach?
I like October, November through. You know what? In about 2 weeks, I will probably have my hood up and at school, and I keep it on probably for like 3 or 4 months. I don't like my ears getting cold. I love hoodies and sweats and cold, so I'm ready.
And you like having earmuffs, right?
And
especially.
I put my hoodie on. That's why I got my hoodie going.
I respect that. All right, hey, Coach, we talked about that first half. It was kind of a cold first half for the Toads offensively. Got that lone score, courtesy of J.D. Reed, that 24-yard strike. But penalties turned the offense and turned the momentum cold for Coalinga.
You know, penalties and it was just slow moving, and little things like the one pass that it was fourth down and J.D. Reed made a cut and he was open on the cut, but then it was just a small window for Reading to get the ball in. It was just a little bit too short, and then maybe they had that one run and then they got a penalty that brings it back, and it hasn't been a fluid, smooth flow offense for the Toads.
It's not a Sierra Pacific game.
No.
It's not Sierra Pacific, but it has that Washington Union, has that Carruthers game feel to it. As we're about to begin the second half in Firebaugh. And think about this. We didn't talk about this during the Horned Toad pregame show, but the grass does not look slippery, especially after all the rain we had on the west side yesterday. We didn't see really many slips or falls. Did you see any, Coach?
I didn't see any at all. The grass looks fine.
It looks, for me, this is probably the best field that we have.
It looks fake, but it's not. I was looking at it. I said, that's grass. And sure enough, it looks fake in most of it, but it's nice. Nice manicured.
And there's the Firebaugh Eagle at the 50-yard line of Firebaugh in blue cross. And then there's the breast cancer ribbon on the 50-yard line on each the home side and the visitor side. About ready to bring you the third quarter of action between Coalinga and Firebaugh. We talked about the keys of victory in the first half. We talked about slowing down Ryan Luna. Horned Toads gave that 3-yard touchdown run and also minimizing the penalties. And they didn't do that in the first half. We want to see in the second half, Coach, for keys of victory.
You know, they got to get that offense going. I think they really need to get that offense going and get on the board a couple of times. We're chasing 7 right now, so see if we can get back after it.
It's Coalinga trailing 14-7 against Firebaugh. Glad to have you along wherever you may be tuning in on the Toad Streaming Network. Next week we'll be in the land of David Bonilla. We're going to be in Avenel next week, and also McCaleb.
Home of the Bucks.
Home of the Buccaneers. It's going to be a 7:30 kickoff pregame show at 7:10. And how about this? Avenel and Coalinga, pistachio capital of the world.
There you go.
I don't understand why they call it the pistachio capital of the world. I mean, there's pistachios there, but it's not the whole of it.
There's a bunch of them.
Of course.
In that whole area.
Well, we're getting ready to bring you the action in the third quarter, and as we have the food delivery, the Uber Eats of Firebaugh for us. Gerald Butler, good friend of the Toad Streaming Network, delivering the food to Dave Bonilla right now. Actually, he's on the phone right now trying to find us. We're on top of the press box here at Firebaugh High School. Special thanks to the athletic department of Firebaugh for being gracious hosts. A very good setup here. Get the wind blowing to the east, and it's a chilly evening on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. You definitely know it's October weather in the San Joaquin Valley. And think about this. 2 teams that like to run the football, cold weather. Does this feel like we're in the Big Ten, Coach?
It could be Big 10, Big 11, or the Big 12. You pick.
Big 10, Big 12. Oh, my word.
It is cold. But it's nowhere close to where I've been to Ohio State, Michigan game. That's cold.
That is cold. But Coalinga's going to kick the ball off to start off the third quarter.
Rebecca.
And there's actually the food's right there, actually. Now let's see Dave Bonilla try to catch.
Can you throw it?
Can Dave Bonilla make a grab that's going to –
Yeah.
I'm going to hold on to the mixture because this might –
1,
2. Now look at Rebecca making the plays here, folks.
Just wrap it. Give me the water
We're going to
first.
give you the play-by-play description right now. David Bonilla is hanging.
2 for 2.
Look at this, 2 for 2, hanging off the ledge, trying to catch some snacks.
Yes!
And he makes the play there.
Yes.
3 for 3 there. Good catch there, Coach.
Hey, I told you I was not going back down that ladder until I'm done.
Until
and
after.
I did not grab dinner, so thank you, Gerald Butler. Shout out to Gerald Butler, Rebecca.
So you have a hot dog, you have some red vines, and you have a water.
I'll share the red vines with you.
You're good.
I'll even give you a bite of my hot dog. If
You're
you want.
good. You're good.
You know what? That'll get me just to get to the ride home and find me a taco truck. Give me a couple of.
Well, here's the thing. I went the Giant Burger for a pregame.
Oh, how was that?
It was really good. It had the bacon Western bacon cheeseburger, and it's the local diner in Firebaugh, and it has Buffalo Bills memorabilia.
Oh.
Really cool stuff, especially with the hometown of Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now. And Coalinga ready to kick it off right to left as you hear it. 12 minutes on the third quarter clock. Back deep for Firebaugh is Dominic Barajas, and also as Eric Hernandez swings, it's an onside kick to that far side. Now a penalty marker flies in. Had a penalty marker to begin the game, and now let's see if we can get a penalty marker to begin the second half. Probably a false start here, Coach. If you,
I think we were offsides.
Oh boy,
the onsides worked well, but there was somebody in front of the kicker, the ball.
Third straight game the Toads have attempted an onside kick.
Now they're ready for it, so kick deep now.
Or do a Pat McAfee, you know. Now they're going to march the ball back 5 yards, so that's going to be a false start. And if you're Coalinga, we talked about the penalties with head coach James Watson of our one-on-one conversation. He harped about that. And the Toads tonight have had those moments. They look good, and then penalties derail stuff.
I haven't seen an indication from the White Hat.
The White Hat is standing at the 9-yard line of Firebaugh, so has not made a signal yet, but Eric Hernandez has the ball on the tee on one of the wings of the Eagle at midfield. Horned Toads, white jerseys, white pants, black helmets. Firebaugh rocking the red tops, white pants, white helmets with the Eagle and the F on the side, on the back of the helmet. Now Eric Hernandez swings his right leg in the football. Line drive kick. That's going to bounce. Taking it is going to be for Firebaugh. Running it to is Nico Leva. Leva over to the 15. He gets himself past the 15, close to the 20. And he's going to be brought down. Good tackling by Preston Wiswell. A little bit of extracurriculars after the play between Wiswell and Leva. So 1st and 10 for Firebaugh, moving left to right to begin at the third quarter. I'm going to say a timeout taken. Is actually an injured Eagle on the field. That's actually Albert Osuna. The training staff making sure he's okay. 11:31 to play in the third quarter. Clock still moving, Coach. They say injured timeout.
They don't run it, do they?
Yeah, they're still. Clock will stop at 11:24.
They stopped it now.
But if you're the Toads, you can try and make the argument, put 6 more seconds back on the clock, make it 11:30. So now Firebaugh training staff checking on Albert Osuna. Albert Osuna, one of the running backs for this squad. Now the head referee going to talk with head coach James Watson. Now James Watson continue it. James Watson voicing his displeasure about the clock situation. Clock was still moving. So officially from 11:24, they're going to put it at 11:42 now. So 1st and 10 for Firebaugh, moving left to right. Their 7th possession of the evening. They're going to put the ball at their own 19. And this has been a very interesting offense to watch, Coach. They have some good running speed. They have Ryan Luna, who's been fun to watch so far in this evening. So 1st and 10 for Firebaugh, moving left to right. Ball on the near mark. 11:42 to play in the third quarter. 14-7 is our score. Firebaugh leading by a touchdown. And how is that hot dog, Coach?
Gone.
Gone. Gone. So
that was my pseudo dinner for now.
So Leonardo Perez works out of the shotgun. Ryan Luna, the tailback, off to his left. 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. Perez, 4 down linemen for the Toads, and now a penalty marker flies in late. And it's going to be a false start on Firebaugh. So 5 yards backs him up, so 1st and 10, and now it's 1st and 15.
Glad to see we're not the only ones shooting ourselves in the foot.
Of course. So 1st and 15 from their own 14, 11:42 to play in the third quarter, 14-7. Firebaugh out in front, this West Sierra League opener. Homecoming for the Eagles. You know what the theme was for homecoming, Coach?
Something about movie.
The night at the
Chicken
movies.
Jockey, or what's that?
Night at the movies. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Luna. Up the gut he goes, and Max Hernandez brings him down. Cameron Morgan with the assist. No gain on the play. 2nd and 15 from the 14, Coach.
Nice play. That was a nice penetration by Morgan. Second and long.
2nd and 15 from their own 14, moving left to right. 11:23 and counting, third quarter. Firebaugh striking with 2 touchdowns in half number 1. Ryan Luna had a 3-yard strike. Leonardo Perez had a 1-yard run up the gut. A little Philly Firebaugh tush-push special. Two receivers on the far side, two on the near. Ryan Luna, the lone back, off to the right side. Perez takes a shotgun snap, wants to swing it out, throws to the left side, complete. Now Barajas going to try to find a way. Now going to shake and bake, and the Horned Toads defense brings them down. Dominic Argalardi with the stop for the Toads. So that's going to bring it back to the original line of scrimmage. So a 3rd and 10 for Firebaugh from their own 19.
Got to expect pass. Got to expect pass right here.
10:44 and counting, third quarter, 14-7 Firebaugh. West Sierra League opener on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. Firebaugh trying to convert on 3rd down. Leonardo Perez jogs back out after receiving the call from the sideline. This is a Firebaugh squad that tangled Del Oro out of Bakersfield 2 weeks ago. 21-14 victory down in Kern County. Two receivers on the far side, two on the near. 3rd and 10 from their own 19. Luna, the running back to his right, takes a shotgun snap. Is Perez, wants to throw, throws to the right side. That ball is going to be caught. Julian Garcia picks up the first down, left his DB in the dust, and Firebaugh picks up the first down. They convert on 3rd down.
That was blown coverage.
They're going to officially mark it at the 40. They're going to say officially at the 36.
Ojeda went up and took the short guy, the short route, and the safety never came over for the deep route.
Pickup of 17 on the play. 1st and 10 from their own 36, moving left to right. 10-11 remaining in the third quarter. Two receivers on the far side, one on the near. Perez works out of the shotgun. Luna, the tailback, off to the left side. Hands it off to Luna. Up the gut he goes. Max Hernandez brings him down, and a good tackling by Evan Garcia as well from behind. But he picks up a hefty gain there. Picks up 4, 2nd down and 6 for Firebaugh.
Yeah, they got to find a way to stop them.
We're going to officially mark it at the 39, so he picks up 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 for Firebaugh. Under 10 to play in the third. 14-7. Firebaugh out in front in the West Sierra League opener. Leonardo Perez has been the maestro to this offense so far this evening. Has a touchdown to his credit so far on this windy evening in Firebaugh. One receiver each side. Now Perez is going to work from under center. Motions Julian Garcia to the far side. End around, gets it over to Garcia. Runs left, trying to find the edge. He's going to slip down to the ground, and Dominic Argalardi brings him down to the ground, and Evan Garcia meets him there as well. Great tackling by the front line for the Toads.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to get around that left end, but good penetration, and he tried to cut it back in, but there was nowhere to go.
That's a loss for the Eagles, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 from their own 36, moving left to right. 9-10 remaining in the third quarter. And right now, the Toads looking for a big stop defensively. The Horned Toad squad has had they've been pushed to the test so far in this opener. Two receivers on the far side, two on the near. Perez works out of the shotgun. Now Luna's going to line up off to his right. Takes a shotgun snap as Perez. Plenty of time. Perez going to roll to his right. Perez going to try to keep it himself. Gets him up to the 35. Then he's going to be brought down with an ankle tackle. Tyson Alvarado brings him down at the 40. That's going to bring up a 4th and 6. No penalty markers. Actually, excuse me, there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what the call is going to be. And a holding call on Firebaugh backs him up.
I would decline it.
And that's going to be
4th down.
Yeah, and also, think about this, probably the first positivity we've seen from the defense so far this evening, besides the 2 picks.
Yeah. 4th down.
So they turn the ball, they punt the ball away, I should say. They declined the penalty. So the first drive of the evening in the second half for Firebaugh results in a 3-and-out. Their first punt of the second half. Their first punt of the evening. So Ryan Luna's going to handle the punt for Firebaugh. Back deep for the Toads is Tyson Alvarado, the speedy returnman for Coalinga. Stands at his own 28. 4th and 7 from their own 39. Luna looking to the sideline. Now asks for the snap. Wobbly snap, punts it away. Spiral punt. Tyson Alvarado takes on a hop. Runs to the 30. Trying to find a hold of the 35. Breaks the tackle to the 40. Finds a hold of the 45. And he's going to be brought down from behind at the 48. Good tackling there for Firebaugh. Bringing him down was Nico Leyva, the 5'8 sophomore. And Coalinga gets the ball back for their first possession of the second half.
I thought he was going to break that one.
So 1st and 10 for Coalinga, moving right to left. Ball placed at their own 49. 8:33 to play in the third quarter. 14-7 Firebaugh out in front against Coalinga. So this is the 7th drive for the Toads. Ball placed at their own 49, moving right to left. Now a wing T look for the Toads. Cameron Morgan and Tyson Alvarado in the backfield. RJ Garcia, the lone receiver, on the near side. JD Reed and Eric Hernandez on the far side. 4 down linemen for Firebaugh. Now pistol formation for Coalinga. Grace with the shotgun snap, hands it off to Tyson Alvarado, past midfield, trudges his way forward, gets himself to the 45, brought down quickly by Firebaugh's front line. Bringing him down was Victor Paranis, first time we called his name tonight. And he picks up 6 on the play, Coach.
Yeah, you know what? I'm still trying to. There's something different about that front line, how they're spread out, but it seems to be working. So look at the nose guard. The next guy to his right is all the way on the outside shoulder of the outside tackle. That's a big gap right there.
Orange Toads trying to exploit that. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 receiver on the far. Pistol, that's going to be a wing T look, in fact. Now J.D. Reed with the motion. Low snap for Grayson Wright. Hands it off to Tyson Alvarado. Runs in between the tackles, and he's finally brought down from behind. It's the defensive lineman, Ronnie Leva, bringing him down, the 5'9 senior. So he picks up 2, so it brings up a 3rd and 2 for Coalinga from the Firebaugh 43. You want to run again here, Coach?
I'd give it to Alvarado on the side.
R.J. Garcia, the lone receiver on the far side. J.D. Reed and Eric Hernandez, the 2 receivers on the near side. Pistol formation for Coalinga. Tyson Alvarado and Cameron Morgan in the backfield with Grayson Redding. Grayson Redding takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Cameron Morgan. Up the gut he goes, and the defensive lineman and running back for the Toads picks up the first down. Definite first down. Needed 2, picks up 3 there, Coach.
Yeah, it's a big boy. Hard to bring down.
Emiliano Bautista bringing him down, but a 1st and 10 for Coalinga. Ball placed at the 40 of Firebaugh. 7:09 and counting, 3rd quarter. 14-7, Firebaugh out in front. The Eagles punting the ball away on their opening possession of the second half. Horned Toads offense, their only score was a J.D. Reed touchdown, 24 yards of J.D. back in the first half. Reed with the motion, takes a shotgun snap. That's going to be a jet sweep to J.D. Runs in between the tackles, now runs to his left, finds his way to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, still on his feet to the 25, to the 20, and he's going to be finally escorted out of bounds, and he's going to pick up 20 on the play. J.D. Reed showing off the wheels there, Coach.
Yeah, a good cutback. It's slow getting up.
Albert Osuna bringing him down for Firebaugh. 6:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. 14-7 Firebaugh out in front. And this Toad squad right now going in their bag of tricks.
Yeah, you know what? That was a little jet sweep, but he did. I think most of that was J.D. Reed cutting it back this way. He didn't see anything around the right side. So that was a, 20, 30-yard gain right there.
We're going to say officially a 20-yard gain. 2 receivers on the far side. Lone receiver on the near side is R.J. Garcia. 4 down linemen for Firebaugh. Pistol formation for the Toads. Hands it off to Tyson Alvarado. Up the gut to the 15. Runs left to the 10. And he's going to get himself inside the 10. And a big pickup there for Tyson Alvarado. And he picks up 11 on the play. And the Horned Toads are officially in the red zone. And Tyson Alvarado's finding holes there, Coach.
Yeah, I was going to say he needed 1 more block to get around that corner, but good lead block by Cameron Morgan. Good lead block.
6:35 to play, 3rd quarter, 14-7. Firebaugh out in front, Coalinga knocking. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 receiver on the far side. That's R.J. Garcia. Wing T look for the Toads. Cameron Morgan and Tyson Alvarado in the backfield. Grayson the shotgun snap, keeps it himself, runs in between the tackles. Grayson using his blockers, and the scrum gets him inside the 5, and a good pickup by Grayson Redding.
1st and goal to 9. Get 3 yards a pop. You should put it in, right?
Actually got 4 yards on that play, so 2nd and goal from the 5.
Even better, said the PE teacher.
And basketball coach, you know. So 2nd and goal from the 5 of Firebaugh. 6:08 and counting, 3rd quarter. Horned Toads trailing 14-7, looking to trying to tie this one up once again. Horned Toads offense found their way in the end zone back in the first half, courtesy of J.D. Reed. 1 left, 2 right. Grayson with the shotgun snap, hands it off to Cameron Morgan, the big guy. Up the gut he goes, the scrum pushing him forward, and the Eagles front line bringing him down. Bottom of the pile for Firebaugh was Dominic Barajas.
No gang on that one. Wow, they stuffed him on that one. They read that.
It's 3rd and goal from the 5, Coach. Do you want to throw it, or do you want to keep running the football?
It's probably 4-down territory. We haven't seen a pass in a while.
Horned Toads are going to motion the guys around. They're going to put 2 receivers on the near side. Eric Hernandez and J.D. Reed on the near side. R.J. Garcia, the lone receiver, on the far side. Wing T look for the Toads. Jet sweep to J.D. Reed. Runs to the right side, trying to find the edge. J.D. Reed cuts down inside the 5, and he's quickly brought down by Alex Rosa. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Did not pick up any yardage on that play.
Maybe about a half a yard.
And now a whistle and a timeout taken. It's actually an injury timeout. J.D. Reed escorted the sideline. Hopefully he's okay. All right, Coach, you're inside the 5. What do you want to do right now?
Yeah, you got to come something tricky.
They're going to say officially 4th and goal from the 3. That's going to be on the far mark. 1 receiver split either side. Dominic Argalardi on the near side, RJ Garcia on the far side. So the 4 down lineman for Firebaugh. Ball on the far mark. Horned Toads trying to change the complexity of this game, trailing by a touchdown, 14-7 Firebaugh. Grayson Ray with the shotgun snap, keeps it himself, runs left, trying to find his way into the end zone. Give me the signal. Horned Toads say he was into the end zone, and they are stopped, and Firebaugh gets the ball back after Coalinga turns the ball over on downs.
He's in the end zone.
Wow. And Firebaugh gets the ball back. A lengthy drive ends in despair for Coalinga.
I'd like to see that on film, but
you march it down the field.
Come up empty.
And that it just feels disappointing there, Coach.
Yeah, it does. It does.
4:27 to play in the third quarter. 14-7. Firebaugh out in front. If you're Firebaugh, you got to get this out of the end zone. If you're the Toads, you got to find a way to get the safety here. Takes the snap, hands it off to Luna. Up the gut he goes. I think the Horned Toads might have got the safety. And let's see the official wording. And the official wording is, it is a safety.
Yes, we'll take it.
The Toads get the safety. They do not get 6, but they get 2 with the safety. That's right. How about that? The Horned Toads were denied on 4th down, and the Horned Toads get a safety out of the deal the next play after.
Hats off to the defense.
And you like what the defense have done so far tonight, Coach.
They're keeping them. The defense is keeping us in it. We need a little help from the offense here. See if we can get something going. And we get the ball.
So if you're Coalinga, you like what they're doing here. 4:15 to play in the third quarter. 14-9 is our score instead of a 7-point deficit. It's a 5-point deficit for Coalinga. If you're the Toads right now, you got to cash in on this gift.
Yeah, and at this point, that's touchdown will be 15. They'll go for 2 because a field goal will beat you anyway.
So Toads right now ready to receive the kick after the safety from Firebaugh. 4:15 to play in the third quarter. Our scoreboard reads Firebaugh 14, Coalinga 9 on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley West Sierra League opener, and this has not been a disappointing one. In fact, Brandon Vilcci's ready to kick it off, left to right as you hear it on this Friday evening, on this chilly evening in Firebaugh.
From the 20, we should get good field position here.
Swings his right leg in the football as Vilcci's into over and kick. J.D. Reed going to try to track it down. Now he's going to bounce to the 25. Now he's going to take it. Runs to the 30. Still on his feet at the 35. Spins out of a tackle. Still on his feet. And he's going to get past the 35 to the 37. A little bit of extracurriculars after the play. This has been a chippy game tonight, Coach.
Yeah, you know what? And at some point, it's going to cost somebody, whether it be Firebaugh or the Toads. It's going to cost them 15.
So their 8th possession of the evening. Coalinga trying to capitalize. 4:07 remaining in the third quarter. 14-9. Firebaugh out in front. So 1st and 10 from their own 37. And a great drive there, Coach, but you end up short.
Yeah. I mean, they stopped us. You got to give them credit. Hats off. They stopped us. But I think we come back and drive it down again. It's just been run left, run right, run left, run right.
Now the Horned Toads work from their own 37, moving right to left. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. Wing T look for the Toads. I'm going to gargle with the motion. Fakes the handoff as Grayson Rain throws it to the right side. That's going to be caught by RJ Garcia. And they're going to say that was hauled in. Gets to the 40. So he picks up, actually going to say he picked up 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 for Coalinga.
Yeah. Pass is a little short, but gained a couple of yards.
Well, I think the wind might have had a little bit of help there, Coach, because the wind is blowing east.
It is blowing. You know what? And you sometimes think is they're fatigued with Grayson going both ways.
Horned Toads right now trying to take the lead away. They only trail by 5. 14-9 is our score. Firebaugh out in front. Horned Toads getting that safety after being denied on 4th down a drive earlier. Wing T look again for the Toads. Hands it off to Tyson Alvarado. Up the gut he goes, and he's going to be quickly brought down to the ground. Good tackling by Santiago Flores. The D-end for Firebaugh brings him down. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down, and if you're the Toads, you got to find a way to convert on 3rd down.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that if we're getting small chunks time after time after time after the middle, you got to come up with something different. Something around the end or a quick pass, something.
They're going to say officially 3rd and 7 from their own 40, moving right to left. Ball on the far mark. 2 receivers on the far side. R.J. Garcia split out to the near side. Wing T look for the Toads. J.D. Reed at the motion to the near side. Takes a shotgun snap as Grayson Rain throws to the left side. Caught by J.D. Reed, and he's going to stumble there, and he's quickly met up by Giancarlo Cortez for Firebaugh. 2:37 and counting in the third quarter. 14-9 Firebaugh out in front, and it brings up a 4th and 3 from the 44 coach.
I think there's plenty of time. We're barely 3 minutes left in the third quarter. You don't want to. I would kick it because you don't want to give the ball up here in negative territory. You got time to kick it and let your defense hold up. Maybe they're going to try to do a chemo here.
Toads trying to capitalize on 4th down. 2 receivers on the far side. R.J. Garcia, the lone receiver on the near side. And think about this. We've been talking about the down linemen for Firebaugh. They're going to go with 5 down linemen. 4th and 3 from the 44 for Coalinga. Tyson Alvarado with the motion. Takes a shotgun snap as Grayson Redding. Now he's going to throw to the right side. Caught by Tyson. Still on his feet. Trying to find the hole. 1st down and more. Grayson Redding gets it to Tyson Alvarado. And Tyson Alvarado converts on 4th down. And a great play there by the senior.
Wow. I have to admit, I was fooled, tricked. He caught that ball 5-6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. I was thinking, what are we doing? And he made it. He made it. That was all Tyson Alvarado right there. Nice play.
Tyson Alvarado has amazed us so far in 2025. Alex Rosa was the tackler after the 1st down play for Coalinga. Horned Toads on a fresh new set of downs. 1:27 and counting third quarter. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. Pistol formation for Grayson Redding. Grayson Redding now is going to have a direct snap to Tyson Alvarado. Tyson's going to take it, and now a whistle. And now James Watson not happy about that miscommunication. And James Watson not happy with his offense. Timeout on the field, 1:15 to play in the third quarter. 14-9 Firebaugh out in front in the West Sierra League opener alongside the coach, Dave Bonilla. Brian Welch with you. And coach, it's been a running game. It's been a running-a-thon for the league opener. I mean, the third quarter has gone by in the blink of an eye.
Very quickly, and you know, I was just thinking about that. They haven't had the ball very much in Firebaugh. Very short possession, or was it just on that?
They had that 3 and out. Coalinga got the ball back for their first possession of the second half. Turned the ball over on downs. The ensuing play after that, it was a safety.
Yeah.
Now the Toads have the ball with another possession. 1:15 to play in the third quarter. If you're the Toads, you've got to capitalize on this possession. And now Firebaugh's band playing some of the tunes you'll hear at Valley Children's Stadium on a Saturday night in the San Joaquin Valley. So 1st and 10 for the Toads. Once again, moving right to left. Ball placed on the far mark at their own 49. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Tyson Alvarado at the motion. Grayson right at the shotgun snap. Going to keep it himself. Grayson to the right side. Bulldozes a player over. That's going to be a scrum. And Grayson Ray is going to pick up a huge gain there. And that's going to be close to the 1st down marker, Coach.
Nice. He carried 3 or 4 guys on that one, and he is tired. Look at him getting up. What a horse. He's the real deal.
And he's only a sophomore. He has 2 more years in a Horned Toads uniform, and he's playing lights out. He's playing like a senior right now, a guy who had collected every accolade as a freshman last season. Leading this team right now. He's only a sophomore. That's Grayson Redding. Horned Toads trying to capitalize. 2nd and 1 after a pickup of 9. Joseph Davila was the tackler for Firebaugh. 2nd and 1 from the 42 of Firebaugh. Pistol formation for the Toads. 2 left, 1 right. Tyson Alvarado at the motion. Grayson at the shotgun snap. Hands it off to Cameron Morgan. Up the gut he goes. Pushes his way forward. And he picks up the 1st down, the forward progress. The scrum after gets him inside the 40 to the 38. And a good pickup there for Coalinga.
Yeah, you know what? I can see them just milking it. 4th quarter, about half away, scoring it, and taking the lead.
22 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 14-9 Firebaugh out in front. If you're Coalinga, you want to keep the ball in your favor. We talked about it last week. The Horned Toads had the opening drive against Washington Union. They took over 6 minutes off the first quarter clock. A similar drive to what we saw last week in the friendly confines, Chuck Garton Memorial Bowl. 1st and 10 from the 38 of Firebaugh. 2 left, 1 right. J.D. Reed with the motion. Wing T look for the Toads. Fakes the handoff as Grayson Redding wants to throw. Throws it deep down the far side. And R.J. Garcia cannot make the connection. And there was a duo of Firebaugh Eagles on the coverage. On the coverage was the kicker, Brandon Vilchis, also a DB for Firebaugh. So 2nd and 10 for the 38. And that is going to be the final play of quarter number 3. We got a good one brewing in the league opener. It's Firebaugh 14, Coalinga with 9. More after this, 4th quarter. Coming up from Josh Allen Land, Horned Football on the Toad Streaming Network. It's a 14-9 lead for Firebaugh as we begin the 4th quarter on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. West Sierra League opener. Dave Bonilla, Brian Welch back with you on the Toad Streaming Network. 2nd and 10 for the Toads from the 38 of Firebaugh. Changing fields now. They're going to go left to right. Pistol formation for the Toads. Grayson Rain works out of the shotgun. 2 left, 1 right. Motions Tyson Alvarado. Takes a shotgun snap. Swings it out to the left side. Caught by Tyson. Gets to the 40 to the 35. Runs left to the 30. First down. And Tyson Alvarado picks up the first down. Tyson Alvarado has had a great second half, Coach.
Again. Keep your mouth. I hope that was on us. Wasn't on us.
And a penalty marker flies late. Not a yellow handkerchief, but a pink handkerchief for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
I'm going to guess unsportsmanlike conduct on Tyson Alvarado. Oh, I like the way he's pointing.
Hear the official ruling from the head referee. 11:52 to play in regulation. 14-9. Firebaugh out in front. Firebaugh had 2 scores in that first half. Horned Toads marched down the field in the 3rd quarter. Here's the official ruling from the head referee. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on Coalinga.
See?
And that's going to back the Toads up. So a good play there.
It was on
regardless.
It was Tyson Alvarado.
So that's going to bring up a first down once again at the 41.
Negates a good play.
Yeah, it does. And if you're James Watson, you're frustrated with that. So instead, it's going to be 1st and 10 now from the 41. Moving left to right. 1 receiver on the far side, 2 on the near. Grayson Rain works out of the shotgun. Cameron Morgan, the tailback, fakes the handoff, throws to the right side. Caught by R.J. Garcia. Steps to the 40, runs to the 35. He gets himself to the 34. Finally brought down by Ryan Luna. That's going to be a pickup there. That's going to be a pickup of 7 on the play. 2nd down and 3 for the Toads.
Who's number 60?
60 for us
yes.
is Santillion. Gabe Santillion on the right side of the line. Now we talked about this earlier, Coach, talking about 5 down linemen for Firebaugh. They're going to line up a 4 down lineman now. So 3 left, 1 right. Cameron Morgan stays in as the tailback off to the left side of Grayson Rain. They look to the sideline to see head coach James Watson. He runs the offense from the sideline for Coalinga. 3 left, 1 right. The lone receiver is Tyson Alvarado. Now a miscommunication now. Coach trying to capitalize. 11:08 to go in regulation. Grayson takes a shotgun snap, rolls to his left. Grayson plenty of time, throws on the left side. That's caught by Eric Hernandez. First down and more, and the big tight end picks up the first down. Julian Garcia escorts him out of bounds past on the sideline onto the track, but Eric Hernandez gets the first down there, Coach.
Yeah, you know what? Nice play, nice run, and the difference too the last few passes is Redding's had a little more protection. He's not being as rushed, so it's give him a little more opportunity to get set and make the throw.
Picks up 11 on the play, so 1st and 10 for Coalinga, moving left to right. Early going in the 4th quarter. 14-9, Firebaugh out in front. 1 receiver on the far side. That's Tyson Alvarado, J.D. Reed, Eric Hernandez, and R.J. Garcia on the near side. Cameron Morgan still the tailback off to the left side of Grayson Rain. 1st and 10 from the 23 of Firebaugh. Takes a shotgun snap. Keeper himself. Grayson Rain finds a hole in between the tackles and gets himself inside the 15. And that's a decent pickup there for Grayson Rain, Coach.
Mowing him down. Look at his holding his arm, though. Poor Mama ready and get the ice bath ready.
Anthony Baez with the stop for Firebaugh. So 2nd and 1 after. I'm going to say officially, the scoreboard reads 2nd and 2, but officially it's 2nd and 1. Ball placed at the 14 of Firebaugh. Ball on the far mark. Hey, we have a better advantage than the game clock operator down below us, right, Coach?
We can see everything. This is pretty. This is
Probably the
clear.
best
No windows, no dirt, no bugs, nothing.
2nd and 1 from the 14. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Tyson Alvarado. Runs in between the tackles. Tyson picks up the first down, and Tyson Alvarado gets inside the 10. And that's a big pickup there, and the Horned Toads get it. 1st and goal inside the red zone, 9:26 to play in regulation.
They're slowly just chipping away, chipping away.
Horned Toads trying to take the air out of this Eagles offensive Firebaugh. 1st and goal from inside the 10. They're going to officially put the ball at the 9. Eric Hernandez and J.D. Reed, the receivers on the far side. R.J. Garcia jogs out to his spot on the near side. Now they're going to go with 4 down linemen for Firebaugh. Tyson Alvarado and Cameron Morgan, the running backs in the backfield. Pistol formation as the Horned Toads look at their wristbands. One last time before they take the snap. Under 9 to play in the game. 2 left, 1 right. Pistol formation, takes a shotgun snap as Grayson fakes the handoff. Plenty of time, backpedals, trying to get himself away. Breaks 1 tackle, and he's going to be quickly brought down. Ronnie Veva with a 2nd sack of the evening. Ball squirted out late, but Grayson Rainey was down on contact. Grayson Rainey slow to get up there, Coach. Now Grayson Rainey's jogging to the sideline. Hey, you told me to ask Coach James Watson who the backup quarterback would be.
I did.
Tyson Alvarado, actually.
Is it really?
Yeah. Actually asked that with J.D. Reed, actually. Somebody who's the offensive savant. So we're going to say 2nd and goal from the 22. I was going to say officially at the 23, 8-13 and ticking in regulation. 14-9 Firebaugh out in front against Coalinga in this West Sierra League opener. 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. Wing T look for the Toads. Now Tyson Alvarado takes the snap, runs to his right in between the tackles, and Tyson Alvarado up the gut. Gets himself to the 21, and a penalty marker flies in late. And it's how the penalties have been going each way.
Mask.
You have to hold your breath here.
Personal foul, face mask.
Interesting. So that's going to pick up some yardage. Now Firebaugh's coaching staff not happy. And you think about this when you have a West Sierra League showdown, you're going to expect hard-nosed football, bring your hard hat and your lunch pail to work every day,
Yeah.
feels like.
Personal foul, face mask.
So the Firebaugh fandom not happy about that official ruling from the White Hats. So 2nd and goal from the 10. You want to run the football again here, Coach?
2nd and goal?
2nd and goal from the 10.
Were we? Oh, we were inside, weren't we?
Yeah, that's right.
My gosh.
Horned Toads trying to punch it in. They trail by 5. 14-9. Firebaugh out in front. 7:40 and counting in the ball game. Grayson Rain works out of the shotgun. J.D. with the motion, takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Cameron Morgan, runs left, trying to find his way. And Cortez brings him down from behind, gets inside the 10. Mark it at, close, they're going to say officially at the 7. So he picks up 3 on the play, Coach, and now it's a 3rd and goal from the 7.
Yeah, you know what? You got to punch it in. I don't think they're going to take the 3 and then hope to get the ball back.
If you give Firebaugh the ball back, you're not going to see it for the rest of the night.
Probably not.
3rd and goal from inside the 10. Ball placed at the 7. Now a motion before the snap, and that's a chemo special there,
Yeah,
Coach.
We'll take it. Get us halfway more. Offsides on the defense.
If you do not know what a chemo special is, why don't you explain it, Coach? You do it a lot better than I do.
He was back in the day. He was a JV coach, and he'd always do the. If it was 4th and 5 or shorter, they'd run up really quick and they'd act like they're going to. A lot of teams do it, but his system worked really, really well. Chemo special, draw him off sides, 1st down.
Instead of 3rd and goal from the 7, we're going to mark it 3rd and goal from the 4 of Firebaugh. Ball on the far mark. 1 receiver on the far side. That's R.J. Garcia. J.D. Reed, the lone receiver on the near side. They're going to go with 4 down linemen. Grayson at the snap, up the gut he goes, trying to push his way forward. Bautista there to meet him, and he gets inside the 5, mark it at the 2. Under 7 to play in the ball game. 14-9, Firebaugh out in front. And once again, 4th down haunts the Toads again. You want to just load the box and give it to Cameron Morgan here, Coach?
Yeah, I'd go around the edge with Alvarado. Their defense has been pretty decent in stopping our short yardage runs.
So this is going to bring up a 4th and goal from the 3. One receiver on the far side, that's R.J. Garcia. Eric Hernandez and J.D. Reed, the receivers on the near side. Fakes the handoff, swing pass out to the right side, caught by Tyson Alvarado, and he's going to be brought down from behind. Alex Rosa brings him down, and the Toads turn the ball over on downs for the second time in the second half.
Turnover on downs. Eagles ball.
Man, that's a tough one there, Coach.
That was similar to that last fourth down going earlier in the third quarter, and he was able to make a play and get the first down, but that time defense closed in on him.
So now Firebaugh trying not to have a Groundhog Day situation. Last time they got the ball, Coach, they had a safety.
Yeah, they were inside the 1 as well. That's the big. They got about 4 yards to spare.
So 1st and 10 from their own 4, moving right to left now. So the 8th possession of the evening, takes a snap, hands it off to Luna, up the gut he goes, breaks another tackle. Luna runs right, breaks another tackle. Penalty markers fly. Nicholas Yamas brings him down to the ground, and there's multiple penalty markers on the ground there, Coach.
That was a good chuck by that official. He threw, I think, 20 yards.
And how about that? You know, I probably played baseball here at Firebaugh or played somewhere, you know. Hey, you know, I was telling a story on a podcast today. There was with the Firebaugh, one of the great podcaster in Firebaugh named Lou Gonzalez, actually. And there was a buddy of mine from Summer Collegiate Baseball, the name of Oscar Hinojosa, who's a head coach at Firebaugh for the baseball team.
Hinojosa.
Oscar Hinojosa, way back in the day.
I had to be back in the day.
And he was actually they were in a playoff game in Exeter, and he had a tall kid warming up in the bullpen, ready to go in late in the game. Do you know who that guy was?
From Firebaugh or Exeter?
Yeah, from Firebaugh, actually. We'll tell you who that is after this 1st and 10 from the 4. Takes a shotgun snap, is going to be Perez. Up the gut he goes, trying to find his way forward. Gets himself past the 5 and get to the 9. So he picks up 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6. Evan Garcia with the stop, as well as Dominic Argalarde. That player was Josh Allen.
See, okay. When you said back in the day, I was thinking back in the day.
But I mean the last 15 years, you know.
Uh-huh.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 5, in fact. 5:30 and counting in regulation. 14-9, Firebaugh out in front. It's been a hard-fought grudge match to open up league play. The Toads not bending right now. Perez works out of the shotgun. Luna, the running back, off to his left. Takes a shotgun snap. Toss to the left side. Luna trying to find some speed at the 15, runs. Actually, the 10 to the 15. He's finally brought down past the 1st down marker. And Max Hernandez brings him down. J.D. Reed with the stop as well. But Firebaugh right now has the time and the money right now with the score. 14-9, Firebaugh out in front.
Yeah, you know what? A couple more first downs, they might be able to run this thing out. Both teams have all timeouts.
All timeouts for both Coalinga and Firebaugh. Under 5 to play in the ball game. 14-9, Firebaugh out in front. Dominic Barajas, the tailback, off. That would be the receiver on the near side. Luna, once again, the tailback off to the left side of Perez. Horned Toads send 3. Now it's going to be a keeper for Perez. Up the gut he goes. He's going to be brought down by Cameron Morgan. Also on the stop was Nicholas Yamas. Nicholas Yamas, our Horned Toad of the week. Evan Garcia officially will get the stat for the tackle. 4:30 and counting in the ball game. 14-9, Firebaugh out in front. And you have, if you're James Watson, when do you want to start burning timeouts here to kind of preserve the 4th quarter?
What do we got? 2nd down. You know, you got to start punching for the ball, trying to strip the ball. See if we can get a fumble here. Because like I said, if they get a couple more first downs, it maybe clock out.
2nd and 9 from the 17 of Firebaugh. 1 receiver on the near side, 1 on the far. Luna, the tailback, off to the left side. And a penalty marker before the snap. And I think they might have killed themselves there.
They did. Right,
Coach, and that's going to be a false start on Firebaugh.
Right guard.
That's going to back him up 5 yards. Instead of a 2nd and 9, it's 2nd and 14 for Firebaugh. 3:58 to play in regulation. Clock is moving. If you get a stop here, Coach, you get the ball possibly at midfield, then it's going to be a literal 2-minute situation. But that's all up in the air right now if the Toads get a stop here.
It's 2nd down right now.
Well, I mean, 2nd and 14, but you have to find a way. You got to keep an eye on Luna. Luna's going to be in the backfield. Barajas, the lone receiver on the near side. Horned Toads are going to have 4 down linemen. Hands it off to Luna. Up the gut he goes. And a great tackle by Eduardo Morales. Morales has had a quiet evening tonight. He brings them down. Clock still moving. 3:28 to play. And Coalinga burns their first time out of the second half. And that's good there by James Watson saying, hey, this is a big third down. We have to tighten our belts. So stay right here on the Toad Streaming Network. We are going to have our Horn Toad post-game show. That's going to be happening after the game, an abbreviated post-game show because we got to get off Mount Vesuvius, you know.
Mount Eagle.
Mount Eagle or Mount Allen, you know. Especially.
You know what? This reminds me. I think of Hoosiers just because I'm looking down and I see wood and paint and old electrical outlets and. Yeah, we're up top.
Hey, but it's one of the best views in the valley, you know, besides Valley Children's Stadium.
Yeah. Next time I'll bring my my sweats. I got my sweat top but not my sweat bottom. I'm good. I'm not cold. I'm comfortable.
Well, we're going to be in Avidel next week. I bet they're going to roll out the red carpet for you, Coach.
Sure. Let's see. You know what? I don't have much pull anymore. Everybody's gone.
They are going to say 3rd and 14 for Firebaugh. And now the Eagles trying to convert on 3rd down. Horned Toads only trail by 5, 14-9, 3:29 to play in the 4th. Now they're going to have Leonardo Perez, a guy who's been fun to watch so far tonight in the West Sierra League opener. They are going to go with 2 receivers on the near side, 2 on the far. Luna the tailback off of the right of Perez. Perez in shotgun, claps his hands once, plenty of time, pressured, still has time, going to try to keep it himself. Now runs to his left, trying to tiptoe down the near side line. He's going to be finally brought down by Evan Garcia and Grayson Redding. They're going to officially mark it at the 15, but good awareness there by the front line for the Toads there, Coach.
It was, though. We got away with one. So you see, it was like an out and up.
Yeah.
He pumped, and I don't remember if it was Ojeda or Reed, but their receiver, he grabbed him around the waist, and luckily officials weren't watching.
That's going to bring up a 3 and out for Firebaugh. If you like that, if you're Coalinga, another 3 and out for the Eagles.
You got a shot now. You're going back to Avenel. If I remember correctly, we may have to be up top as well.
We can do it once. We can do it twice. I know Richard Welch was listening to Lebec, Maine right now, or I think that's past their bedtime right now. It's actually 12:35 in Lebec, Maine, and like 2 miles away from the Canadian border. Timeout taken by Firebaugh. Stay right here on the Toad Streaming Network. Dave Bonilla, Brian Welch with you.
If Rich and Kristen Welch are up at this late back in Maine, I'd tip my hat.
Well, here's the funny part. They're going to be listening to the Fresno State game tomorrow night. It's a 7:30 kick.
Really?
Yeah.
Mountain West Network?
Well, actually,
on
the CBS Sports Network, actually.
Oh.
3:21 to play in regulation. 14-9 Firebaugh out in front. If you're now joining us on the Toad Streaming Network, it was a great couple of possessions for the Toads. Their first possession of the second half. They marched it down the field. They turned the ball over on downs inside the 5, and then the ensuing play after it was a safety, and that was how the Toads have gotten 9 points so far. So now Ryan Luna's going to punt the ball away, and this is a definite 2-minute drill for the Toads after they receive the punt, but hold your hat. Maybe Firebaugh will try to do a fake. They're not going to do a fake. Gets the punt. Booming in, Dover in, taking it. It's going to be, actually muffs it. It's going to be Tyson Alvarado's going to take it. Trying to run to the 45. Now cuts to the 40. Trying to get some stuff to the 35. Tyson Alvarado with some blockers to the 30. And he finally brought down to the 25. And Tyson Alvarado having one of the best returns of the evening. Hold your breath there, Coach. No flags.
No flags.
So 1st and 10 for Coalinga. 3:07 to play in regulation. You have to have a touchdown to win it here, Coach. You have to have a 2-minute drill.
We're starting on their 7-yard line.
They're going to say the 27, yes.
You got to pick this. You got to punch it in. This is setting up for a nice little ending here.
The Toads have trailed this whole entire evening, and Coalinga right now trying to spoil the homecoming atmosphere in Firebaugh. So a good handful of Toads fans making the trek from Coalinga and Huron. Probably around like 100 people over there on the east side, Coach.
Yeah, 100, 150. I think some of JV's fans left, but with pretty good crowd.
Dominic Argalardi and J.D. Reed, the 2 receivers on the near side. Grayson Redding works out of the shotgun. 1st and 10 for the 27 to Firebaugh. Fakes the handoff, throws to the right side, caught by Eric Hernandez. And Eric Hernandez picks up some yardage, brought down quickly from behind by Emiliano Batista. You still have a couple timeouts left in your back pocket, Coach.
Yeah, but you got to move quick. Argalardi was open. He had a touchdown. But again, we got the better view up here.
So 2nd and 6 after a pickup of 4. 2:48 and counting in the ball game. 14-9 Firebaugh out in front. Coalinga has not seen the lead yet, but they've smelled the lead. They've had multiple trips to the end zone, but they've been turned away. 2nd and 6 from inside the 25. He's going to hand it off to Tyson Alvarado. Up the gut he goes. And he's going to be quickly brought down past the line of scrimmage. Good tackling there by Firebaugh. Bringing him down was Christian Argoleta, the 5'9 junior for Firebaugh. So brings up a 3rd and 3 after a pickup of 3. You run the football again here, Coach?
Yeah, I do. 3 yards.
2:08 and counting in the ball game. 2 receivers on the far side. Dominic Argolari, the lone receiver, on the near side. Takes a shotgun snap as Grayson Renning, plenty of time, wants to throw it. Throws it to the left side. That ball is going to be almost caught and almost picked off. And the referee wanted to go for the flag, but decided to keep it in his pocket. Great coverage there. Julian Garcia playing some really good football right now for Firebaugh. Tenant receiver is J.D. Reed, and J.D. Reed has had a touchdown so far tonight, looking to try to strike while the iron's hot.
Risky. You got lucky on that one.
And this is the ball game. 1:55 remaining in regulation. 14-9 Firebaugh out in front. Ball placed at the 20 of Firebaugh on the near mark. Eagles fans starting to get loud on homecoming night. 1:55 to play in regulation. 14-9 Firebaugh out in front. Grayson works out of the shotgun. 2 left, 1 right. Motions Eric Hernandez. Grayson with the shotgun snap. Hands it off to Tyson, trying to find his way forward. And as he close to the first down marker, pushing the pile on the second effort. And Coalinga is going to get the first down. The penalty marker flies in late. And the rugby scrum works indeed for Coalinga. But hold the phone. You have that penalty marker, Coach. And how the penalties have been called tonight, you have to hold your breath if you're Coalinga.
I'm going to say it probably a hold.
They might be arguing about the second effort on that rugby scrum.
Well, he was never down. That white
Let's see what the call's going to be here.
Sideline warning.
See what the official ruling's going to be from the head referee. Now it's a sideline warning on Coalinga. So it brings up a 4th down. James Watson at the 30. Why an explanation?
Make some noise for that Eagle.
That's not post.
What? So they're going to go for it once again. And now a timeout taken. George Saldana wants to talk about it.
I don't understand that one.
That's their first timeout burned of the second half for Firebaugh. 1:47 remaining in regulation. We'll stay right here on the Toad Streaming Network. Dave Bonilla, Brian Welch with you. And you talk about it, a sideline warning after the play.
But how did the official in the middle of the field throw the flag towards looking at the play? How does that make a sideline warning? I do not understand that one.
Now Mike Jaycott, the athletic director of Coalinga, the former Beaver of Oregon State, a guy who's a very accomplished head coach in football way back in the day at Clovis North and also at Santa Margarita Catholic High and the Trinity League down in Southern California. Trying to get an explanation as well. 1:47 remaining in regulation. 14-9 Firebaugh out in front on this chilly evening. A definite barn burner in the land of Josh Allen. And this game has not disappointed, Coach.
Would not see. Here's what I was thinking. So he made the first down.
Yeah.
Sideline warning. It's first down. You back it up 5, 1st and 10.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're going to say 4th and 4. Ball placed at the 21 of Firebaugh. 2 receivers on the far side, 2 on the near. The ball game once again the balance. And now a timeout taken by James Watson.
He wanted to see the setup maybe. He wanted to see how they were setting up.
And the definite cat and mouse game between George Saldana and James Watson continues. 1:47 remaining in regulation. Each team has a timeout in their back pocket. 14-9 is our score. Firebaugh out in front. They've led the whole entire way. If you're Coalinga, you have to run the football. You have to throw the football here, Coach.
Yeah. At this point, we've had good runs and we've had runs where they've stopped it.
You have to go with the ground. Do you go with Tyson Alvarado?
I would probably go with it. You know what? We haven't had many passes downfield. They've all been like a flare out or a quick out. But we have. I would go with Tyson around the end. See, we're still going in between the tackles. I would go around the edge.
4th and 4 for Coalinga from the 21 of Firebaugh. 3 left, 1 right. Takes a shotgun snap as Grayson Rain wants to throw to the left side. Caught by J.D. Reed. First down and more. And the Horned Toads convert on 4th down. The game still going. 1:39 to go in regulation. Wow.
Wow, I did not expect that. I did not expect that.
Clock still moving. 1st and 10 from the 15 of Firebaugh. 1:34 and counting in regulation. 1 left, 2 right. Grayson Rain works out of the shotgun. Tyson Alvarado, the running back in the backfield. Motions Eric Hernandez. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Tyson. Up the gut he goes, and he gets himself inside the 15, and he gets himself to the 12. He picks up 3 on the play, brought down by a whole host of tacklers.
Gotta move quick.
Horned Toads right now only have 1 timeout in their back pocket. 1:14 and rolling in regulation. 2nd and 7 after a gain of 3. Dominic Argalardi, the lone receiver, on the far side. J.D. Reed, Eric Hernandez, and R.J. Garcia on the near side. Grayson works out of the shotgun. Running, hands it off to Tyson. Up the gut he goes, still moving, and he gets to the 11, so he barely picks up a yard on the play. Brought down by a whole host of tacklers. Ronnie Leva leading the charge for Firebaugh there, Coach.
I don't see any. There's no sense of urgency. The clock is ticking.
44 seconds and counting in the ball game. It's a 3rd and 6. The Horned Toads looking to try to keep their offensive series going. 2 left, 2 right. 32 seconds. Now motions Tyson. Takes shotgun snap as Grayson throws to the right side. That's going to be caught by J.D. Reed. Inside the 5, gets himself to the goal line, and he's going to be inside the 5. And he was down on contact, but the Horned Toads pick up the 1st down. Clock is stopped at 24 seconds, and the Cardiac kids continue here, Coach.
Cardiac, I'm getting nervous. You know what? This is the first time I've been nervous up here.
1st and goal from the 1 of Firebaugh. 23 seconds of running.
Here we go.
Horned Toads have a timeout left in their back pocket. 18 seconds to go. Pistol formation for the Toads, and now George Saldana is going to say, I'm going to call a timeout. I'm going to burn my final timeout. So they have no more timeouts. Coalinga has 1 more. 15 seconds remaining in regulation. 14-9, Firebaugh out in front. Dave Bonilla, Brian Welch with you on the Toad Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Friday evening, wherever you may be listening to Horned Toad football. And right now, Coach, the cheer squad right now is fired up. It's homecoming. What can the Horned Toads do right now? You're inside the 5. You have to run the football. You have probably 2 more plays to go here.
Oh, we don't have any timeouts?
We have 1 more timeout. You have that 1 timeout there.
They took it off. Who called timeout on that one?
Firebaugh did.
Okay. Yeah, I think they got it mixed up. So, yeah, that being said, they're at the, 1-2 yard line?
Yes.
You have a timeout, so you have your full playbook. Because if you get stopped, you can call a timeout, right? So they can run or they can throw. Tush push or Tyson. Tyson, I'd go with Tyson.
J.D. Reed has had some fun so far tonight. A touchdown, an interception. 15 seconds remaining in regulation. 14-9, Firebaugh out in front. The Horned Toads of Coalinga have not led in this contest yet, and they are knocking on the door. They have been denied twice so far in the second half. Horned Toads trying to punch it in. The waning seconds in Firebaugh. Horned Toads quick to the line.
At this point, I would get under center.
Now Grayson Rain's going to be in the shotgun. Tyson Alvarado, the lone tailback, off to his left side. Direct snap to Tyson. Runs in between the tackles. Gets the second effort. And now a penalty marker flies in with 9 seconds to go in regulation.
Jeez, motion.
Let's see what the call is going to be here. You can drop a pin in this place. It is deathly quiet. Clock is still moving. This clock is stopped now. The referees are going to huddle up now. Now the Eagles fans is getting restless. James Watson's getting restless. George Saldana's getting restless. 9 seconds remaining in regulation. Horned Toads trying to capitalize.
You got to throw.
What is going on here? So it's back. So the Toads trying to snap the ball. Grayson Rain's going to spike the football. Now a penalty marker flies in now. So I guess Coalinga did burn their final timeout.
What are they doing?
We had a false start on Coalinga. 5 seconds remaining. And this has been a very weird game so far. There was multiple plays to finish the first half due to penalties.
On the 1 yard line.
Toads trying to convert. 5 seconds remaining. Horned Toads looking for a miracle in Firebaugh. Wing T look for the Toads. Trips out to the far side. Grayson with a low shotgun snap, rolls to his left. Grayson with the run. Grayson throws left corner, and it's going to be batted around. And it's caught in the left corner of the end zone! Eric Hernandez! Eric Hernandez on the play at the buzzer. It's a walk-off 15-14 win for Coalinga. How about
kidding me?
The Cardiac Kids from Coalinga strikes at the buzzer. 15-14 Coalinga.
Wow.
It bobbled, and now Coach Dave Bonilla's dancing around. I know everybody's dancing in Coalinga and Huron right now. The Horned Toads survive, and they get their first league win of the season. And a huge victory for the Toads at the buzzer, a 15-14 victory for Coalinga. A lot to break down tonight. Look at that, Dave Bonilla's fired up. We're fired up here on the Toad Streaming Network. We'll be right back after this to break this one down. Horned Toad post-game show coming up right after this, Horned Toad football on the Toad Streaming Network. What a way to open up West Sierra League play, a 15-14 thriller at the buzzer. It's a touchdown throw to Eric Hernandez to seal the deal. The Horned Toads were denied not once, but twice, but the third time is the charm. And the Horned Toads get the job done against Firebaugh, and they spoil the Eagles' homecoming in the heart of Firebaugh. All right, everybody, I'm Brian Welch, the Toad Streaming Network, alongside the coach, Dave Bonilla. Coach, what did we just see there? What did we just see there? I mean, luck.
It was luck, and we'll take it, but sometimes you have to be lucky. And sometimes you have to be lucky, and we'll take it.
And think about how this team found ways to strike with the irons hot. Had a touchdown, a safety, and a go-ahead score. The Toads did not lead for the whole entire game until the waning moments, and a crazy game tonight. Your initial thoughts, Coach? I mean, craziness.
I want. We had no business winning that game.
Yeah,
but we'll take it though.
Yeah.
You know, I say that not in a negative way, but in a way that we had so many mistakes. We shot ourselves in the foot so many times, and they played even with us. We just had a lot more penalties. And we got lucky, but we'll take it, you know.
And think about how the Toads played throughout the whole entire game. Penalties frustrated the Toads. They had turnovers, and they did not look like themselves, but grit and determination won the Toads the ball game in the second half.
Yeah, you know, when you're inside the one twice and you can't score, that something's got to change, you know. And I was thinking if there's so many procedure penalties, this is me as a coach. If somebody's not doing the job, guess what? I'm getting someone else in there. I'm not sure what their depths are, but again, I'm a basketball, baseball guy.
Horned Toads improved to 4-2 on the season, 1-0 in West Sierra League play, as Firebaugh falls to 3-3 overall, 0-1 in West Sierra League action. Toads next week going to be on the road taking on Avenel. That's going to be a 7:30 kickoff pregame show at 7:10. Take a look at how the game went throughout the whole entire game. Firebaugh won the toss and elected 2 to first, so Coalinga got the ball and they had a 3-and-out. That was a punt that was blocked, and then Firebaugh got the ball back, and that resulted in a 1-yard tush push by Leonardo Perez. That made it a 7-0 lead for Firebaugh. Horned Toads got the ball back, and then they marched down the field, a 24-yard strike to J.D. Reed. Point after was good, all tied up at 7 apiece. Horned Toads got the ball back after a turnover. That was actually a J.D. Reed pick. Horned Toads got the ball back in the late part of the first quarter. Start of the second quarter, that resulted in a 3-and-out. Firebaugh got the ball back, and that was a Jason Ojeda interception. Horned Toads got the ball, and they turned the ball over. That was a frustrating part of the second quarter. And then Firebaugh got the ball, and it was Ryan Luna, a 3-yard touchdown run, and they made it a 14-7 lead after the point after. Horned Toads turned the ball over on downs late in the first quarter, and then late in the first half, actually. And Firebaugh got the ball in one of the last possessions of half number 1. Start of the third quarter, it was a 3-and-out for Firebaugh to begin the third quarter. Horned Toads got the ball back, but they turned the ball over on downs. And then at the inside, the 5, actually at the 1, the ensuing play after Firebaugh ran it, actually was held in the end zone. The Horned Toads got the ball on a safety. So that made it a 14-9 lead for the Firebaugh High School Eagles. And then Horned Toads got the ball back, and it was back and forth. Another turnover on downs for the Firebaugh High School Eagles. And it just felt it was back and forth. Then the Horned Toads got a big stop when Firebaugh had the ball. And then we talked about 2-minute offense earlier this season, Coach, and it was over 3 minutes, but it felt like a 2-minute drive there. Horned Toads back and forth, penalties galore, got the ball back, and a tip play to Eric Hernandez seals the deal, a 15-14 win for Coalinga. Coalinga 4-2 overall, 1-0 in West Sierra League action. Firebaugh 3-3, 0-1 in WSL action. Coach, a lot of penalties, a lot of turnovers, but grit and determination won the Toads this game tonight. You have no words.
I'm in shock. I'm in shock. But hey, we'll take it. You know, I was looking at that Coach Watson on the sideline as his frustration, and I know what he's feeling, just on the penalties and penalties and penalties, and they'll fix that. They'll fix that. But gosh, what a win! What a win!
And think about how this team played. This is a team that did not even lead throughout the whole entire game, but they get the job done in the waning seconds, a 15-14 victory. And this is just a crazy way to open up league. And it just feels like we talked about in the last couple of years, Coach, that this is the Toad squad that ran teams out of the games in the first quarter, but you have to buckle up and you have to play all 4 quarters, it feels like in league.
They're having to earn it this year. Again, different team. They're having to earn it. Good win.
And you think about how the Toads trailed through the whole entire game, but at the waning seconds, a great job for Coalinga.
We're going to get a away from the J-Cott.
Hey, Michael J-Cott right there, the athletic director. Hey, he's looking at like, who is those guys right there? Just waving. There he's waving to us. Look at that. He's like, hey, the best broadcast team in the West Sierra League right here. But, Coach, Avenel next week, we know the rivalry. We know what's at stake. Avenel playing Dos Palos tonight. We don't have the score yet, but it feels like every game's going to be a fight in league right now. It feels like.
Yeah, you know what? Well, it's you got to strap them up every game. Every game, it's going to be a battle.
And the Toads get the win, a 15-14 victory against Firebaugh High School. Coach, final thoughts before we climb off Mount Everest?
Our players of the game?
My apologies. I'm still on a lot of the adrenaline high right now.
I know.
All right, let's pick our offensive and defensive player of the game. Hey, we talked about this during our prep this week. We said, hey, Eric Hernandez had a quiet evening.
But I was thinking Eric. He made the final catch. You know what? He never gave up. He finished the play. He was in the right place at the right time. We'll give to Eric Hernandez.
Eric Hernandez is our offensive player of the game. Now defense. You know what? I mean, we talked about our Horned Toad of the week. But all right, let's talk. All right. Who do you want? The safety? You want the whole defense with the safety?
No, I want whoever that knows who. I think it might have been
Evan Garcia.
Was it Evan Garcia or was it Morgan?
I would say I think it was both of them.
Let's find out because this is a Gatorade in question.
That's right. That's
so
correct.
We'll find out from the coach who made that stop, and it's either going to be
Cameron Morgan or Evan Garcia.
Evan Garcia.
But it's our offensive player of the game, the guy who sealed the deal, a game-winning touchdown on a tip drill. Eric Hernandez. Kiddos, you have to play well if your tip drills at practice because you never know where it might pay off. And
paid off.
Right time, right place for Eric Hernandez as our offensive player of the game. And to be determined, we have Evan Garcia or Cameron Morgan to be our defensive player of the game. To be determined, especially with who got the safety late in the second half. So that is brought to you by Me and Ed's and Fast Trip, proud supporters of the Horned Toads. Special thanks to Jay and Bobby Mahfood for sponsoring that segment. Coach, final thoughts before we climb off Mount Everest, before I jump the gun a little bit there. But
I don't get to bail out early because I got to help you with the equipment.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, I mean, we can throw the cords off. We can throw it off the building. You know,
my wife and I are going to go up and down the coast tomorrow, so it's
you
all
listen
good.
to the Fresno State game tomorrow night?
Maybe
7:30.
Yeah,
7:30.
My son's taking my ticket, so him and the wife are going to have some nice seats.
Of course.
You know what? Final thoughts. The only thing I can think of is I need to get you that Gatorade this week, so you can. We got like 4 games to pay up.
Yeah, well, I mean 6 games actually.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think.
4 and 2.
Did we give?
We haven't given any out.
That's true. Well,
we've verbally given them out, but they're still sitting in my garage. So
well, that's
Let's make that transaction.
Are you going to get tacos on the way home, Coach? Or what's
Who knows? If it's something, if you know what, if I can get out of this area within a decent time because of that construction, it's just I was going left, right.
Hey, how'd you like driving through Mendota? You know, that was pretty fun on the way up.
I came all the way to Mendota and took a right
Okay.
at the high school.
Okay.
Did you? Or
I did that.
Or did you
I
cut
did
back?
that. I drove up to Mendota and I turned right at the high school and I got on the 33, then went
Yeah.
through the town. I'm actually going to go Nice Avenue out to the 5.
I might follow you.
Hey, we can just do the convoy out to Apricot. You know, we call that apricot tree out, and they used to have the apricot tree.
You know what? I'm gonna share my location with you. We'll see who gets there first. You go Nice. I'm going that way.
Oh boy, but Coach, I mean,
Thanks for having me.
Of course, I mean as always. I mean, get you in Avido next week.
I'll be there.
Hey, we might talk about this. I know that we kind of teased it last week. Brian Alvarado might join us. Hey,
Have him take my spot.
Hey, I mean, well, the thing is, you have to talk. He has to plan it out with the wife and the kiddos first. But him being a family man, of course, I mean, we have to get him a chance to be on the air, and especially against Avido. I mean, hey, especially the
Taylor Alvarado, make it happen.
Oh boy,
That's his wife.
I definitely know Brian's listening right now
yeah,
on the way home. But a happy Horned Toad squad, a 15-14 victory against Firebaugh to open up West Sierra League action. Special thanks to the Firebaugh High School Athletic Department for allowing us to be atop Mount Everest for tonight's broadcast, especially that very scary ladder. I mean, that was, for me, I'm
fun on the way down.
Hey, a man who, I'm a guy who's not a big fan of heights. But, hey, we climbed, hey, we did it. And, I persevered. The Horned Toads persevere.
Let's start stretching now.
But it's a big victory for the Toads. Special thanks to Firebaugh High School for their wonderful hospitality. A great win for Coalinga. Also, special thanks to the Coalinga High School principal, Sheila Diaz, athletic director of Coalinga High School, the former Beaver of Oregon State, Mike Jake Cott. For my broadcast partner, Dave Bonilla, Brian Wout saying goodbye. Have a good evening. Horned Toads open up league play 1-0 after a game-winning touchdown by, actually, the lights go out.
This will be fun.
Oh, boy. Lights go out late. But, hey, turn out the lights. The party's over. A 15-14 victory for Coalinga. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for listening to Horned Toad Football on the Toad Streaming Network.